What's up?
We're
Hey.
here. We're live.
Gross.
That's a great way to start the session.
Get
Welcome
it out.
to Charmed Persons. Glad to have you. As you can see, we are unfortunately one member down. Um, Avra, played by Emily Kipp, will not be in the party today. Well, she'll be in the party, but she'll be role played very lightly by me, and the combat will be taken over by Ian, who plays Rev. So thank you very much. Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as business announcements go. So let's just jump right into the recap because I'm very excited. So our party was making their way across the Edis Sea on their way to the ruins of the city of Devis, where Pildor Swiftdream, aka Xavier Synax, was reportedly trying to do something with the Archmage of Devis's spellbook and journal, some kind of ritual. And on their way there, they were attacked by a demon, a Rakshasa, but they were able to take care of the demonic entity, and in that same battle were joined by Ray Dusor, who we soon found out was Benjamin Firestar's sister. And because of that connection, Ray decided to join the party on on their path to the city of Devis to avenge Ben and the rest of the people who perished in the attack on Barrett Square so long ago, it seems, but really was just, maybe a month ago at this point. So, as they got closer to the continent of Samtia, there was a storm system that somewhat appeared out of nowhere. It didn't really there wasn't warning before you approached it. And through a series of lightning strikes and hard winds, the ship went down. And on its way down, luckily, our party was quick enough to be able to save everybody on board. They landed on the beach and found the denizens of hell, as they had colloquially begun to call this beach, where it seemed was an eye of this storm system that just kind of raged on permanently in this area. Within this eye was a small, very small little village that was made out of makeshift bits of ships and certain cargo crates and stuff like that, including the main building, which was half of the ship, the Grand Sea Hall, that was placed perpendicularly, going straight up in the ground. And there they met Captain Hullix, who was kind of the leader of this village, and his son Dorvo, as well as some other characters, and quickly became associated with an assassination plot on Captain Hullix by Dominic Reaver and his crew, and also Captain Hullix's son Dorvo. It got a little hairy. The Captain Hullix woke to found the party being blamed, as well as the party blaming Dominic Reaver and his crew, and the discussion got a little violent, got a little combative, but eventually the truth did come out through a confession from Dorvo himself, who took a very bad blow before he was healed by the party, and told his father really what had happened. Dominic Reaver and his crew were sentenced to walk through the storm. They came back, perished. And then the party built a turtle shell out of a ship hull with lightning rods on it, and prepared themselves through the trek through the storm, which they made it through successfully, and found themselves climbing a not so tall mountain occupied by a storm giant who was conjuring this storm and holding the treasures of all of the ships and all of the cargo that he had caused to crash on this land. He had somehow been able to accumulate most of it. And the party was able to slay the giant, and after he went down, They walked over to his hoard, if you will, and um, found not only lots of coin of various denominations, but also quite a few gems and quite a few magical items. So you, the party, have just slayed this giant. Um, a few minutes have passed. You notice that the rain is still falling, um, but the snow is starting to melt away, and the winds are much less harsh, and there seems to be no thunder or lightning. Just kind of a lightly overcast day with some rain. You start to hear birds chirping in the distance. It seems like life is coming back to this area now that it's not being permanently tortured by the storm system itself. And you've now spent the first few minutes after the battle recuperating, and you approach the large horde that was by where the storm giant made his home. As you can see, he just kind of slept at the top of this mountain. Didn't really have any like cover at all. Seemed to not really need it as a being able to control the weather. And he has many things that you guys start to pick up and look at. Some of them are, obvious what they are, and some of them are a bit interesting. So to remind the viewers what was in this pile, and to let you guys kind of think about what's going on here, I will remind you what you find. So you find a suit of very well made plate armor. It's polished in a lighter metal tone with gold embroidery up the seams of the armor itself. It's plate armor, but it's not super bulky. It's kind of form fitting. Um, and it just looks very well made. You find a large iron shield that's 5 feet tall. And at the top of the shield are grooves cut out in a rectangular fashion that kind of look like battlements at the top of a castle tower. You also have a arrow quiver that seems to be made out of wood and has these vines kind of growing around it and reaching upward. There is covering one of the gems. You move one of the gems aside and down, and you kind of, whoever finds it first is taken aback for a moment. You see an eye patch with what looks to be like a slit reptilian eye on the eye patch that is darting and looking around. But it seems to be just other than that, just a well crafted leather eye patch. You see a pair of nice rose gold bracers that cover the majority of the forearm. The symbol on each of those, just having a fist, an engraved fist that looks intricately carved. And let me replay that. There we go. And also, you see a bag, like a velvet, dark maroon bag with what feels like beans or tiny, like small pellets or something inside the bag. Um, there is also a nice dark cloth cap with a very wide circular brim and kind of a cone that sticks out at the top and starts to curve at the very top of it. There is a mask that seems to be of a ancient grained wood with metal bracers and brackets on the side of it, a dark, like gray color, and just kind of expressionless. You see a small brass canister with a figure with flowing hair engraved on the top of it. You see a small little jade frog that's attached to a necklace. You see a ring that seems to be made out of a dark metal, and the engravings on it make it look like dragon scales. And lastly, the last thing of note is a long sword that's sticking out of the ground with kind of like a teal. The iron on the hilt has like a teal tinge to it, with a circular pattern going down the actual hilt itself to a sapphire pummel. And coming from the sapphire pummel, you almost it feels like you can kind of see a storm almost within the sapphire itself. And those are the items that you all see in this rubble. And you've started to go through it. Um, what do you do? What do you do?
I grab it all.
yeah,
Start
Pharaoh
putting on
starts
everything.
hoarding it.
yeah,
We all decide to rebel and murder Pharaoh.
yeah.
So that big storm is over, right?
It seems to have faded. Yeah, like I said, it's still raining, and it does fade. It doesn't just like switch off, but yeah, it seems immediately to start dying down.
How far was it? Like, how far are we away from Captain Hullix and everything? It's not that far, right?
Yeah, you're like a couple thousand feet away. So like, I mean, if you even peer, I mean, you're a little bit higher up, but you can make out the ships
Got it.
down below. I call this a mountain. It's more of a huge hill.
Mount Huge Hill is what we'll call this.
Huge hill.
I look through and try to determine to the best of my ability if anything is magical and therefore would avoid those things. I just kind of like sit through.
Roll a Arcana check.
I'm sure none of it's magical.
No.
It's all just normal stuff.
A 19.
19. I would say that, first of all, yes, you get magical hints from everything that I just described. I will say, with an Arcana check, you know that yeah, that's all I'll give you. I'll just say that you do know that every single thing I just described is magical.
We don't.
I sigh and just like back up from the thing and look at the gold and start very slowly trying to guesstimate how much gold is there. I know
Yeah.
you told us, but it's just kind of like what Elbert is resigning himself to right now. Is
Yeah.
just looking over.
Do we
all-
know what these items are? I know you told us off.
Yeah.
Or do we just know?
You know what they look
we
like.
don't- Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I
You can like take a second to look at one of the items and
Right.
kind of see if you can determine what it is. But as of right now, you just know the visuals that I gave you just now.
Got it.
I instantly see the quiver, the like wood
Yeah.
quiver, and I immediately like look at everyone and then know that no one's like really pushing to make a move, and I just snatch it and like back away from the pile and just like hold it and look at it.
Amazing, of course.
I raise a warning as somebody who's like, haunted by like a demon, literally. Just everybody be mindful. We don't know if this stuff is cursed.
Probably
Cursed.
is.
I'm like holding it up and
Funny.
pointing.
I mean, some of the stuff might belong to people down at
That's
the old compound.
That's true.
Darn.
Well, Kelvy will start like digging through and immediately grab the froggy necklace because she thinks it looks cool, and also the scaly looking ring. 'Cause they look cool and animalish and naturey.
Yes.
And
Natree.
just kind of hold and just kind of have those as like her things that she kind of wants, but she doesn't want to just take them. So she'll kind of hold them, but stand near the pile.
I'm just gonna carry these.
And be like, anybody's gonna like stop her. Because she doesn't really know how to like divvy up a loot. 'cause she's
Yeah.
never done
We
that
don't know what any of this
before.
stuff does. It could. We don't know who's it going to be useful for.
Mm.
Touching
I mean,
these
this armor
didn't
looks
kill
pretty
me.
sweet.
I really wish I could use the armor, but it's a little bit too big for me. so someone else can have it.
I mean, Atticus will just kind of like flex a little bit. Be like, I mean, I could maybe wear it.
Hey man, go for it.
Seems to fit me fine.
I'm gonna take the necklace and kind of like look at Abra to see if she'll stop me, and then like move to put it on because I
Okay.
think it's pretty.
Yes. I am just looking up to see what requires. I didn't. I should have written this down. I just need to see what is needing attunement or not.
Should we? Yeah. Is there any magic that you can cast on this Aver to kind of maybe some type of identification magic?
Math identify, is that
I would love a price tag.
MSRP.
Yeah, Abra. Wow, this is. I mean, this is taking forever. Okay, there we go. Okay, it does. Okay,
I thought
so.
that was Avra, and I was like, oh.
Like 5 minutes.
She kind of looks at you and she says, yeah, I can definitely tell us what some of this stuff is, but I'm not going to be able to tell us what everything is.
Yeah, it doesn't
We're
look
going to
like
have to, yeah.
I don't know, she does have identify, and it's a ritual casting, so...
That's
what
true.
do you-
I mean, I could take like 10 minutes with each item and then I'd be able
let's
to
just
tell
hang
us.
out here for an hour.
How many? There's a lot of items.
Yeah, that'd be
I
a
mean,
long time that we're just
I mean, the
sitting on top of
DM,
this
the
mountain.
DM says that we would just say like, 2 hours has passed or whatever. But
Right.
We're gonna do
yeah.
this real time.
Most of us are just sitting there.
Is
I
it
mean-
like morning or night or what time is it?
It's like 2 in the afternoon.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna...
do we want
That sounds like lunchtime to me, everybody.
to? We could. I think we might want to check in with everybody. Let them know that they can like leave if they want to before
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, that
Maybe
would
give them
be
some of this
amazing.
gold.
I'm
They
sure-
probably know.
Absolutely not.
Atticus, make
Absolutely
a perception check.
Well, we're absolutely gonna give them some gold. Ooh, perception. 11.
As you point and look back towards you, you actually see some figures moving from the village towards your direction.
Yeah, see, they're coming.
We're gonna
Yeah,
have to-
let's quick
should
divvy
hide
out the
this
magic
stuff.
items.
The Uber
Hurry.
We shouldn't hide the
Or
stuff.
attitude.
I just
They-
start
it could
putting
be
things
their
in my
stuff.
bag that I can.
We
I
already
like
have.
turn around with my
Why are we
quiver and I
hiding
go,
this?
look what we got!
They can't eat gold.
Yeah, we should give
But they
them
can-
we should give them gold for sure.
We can
Absolutely
take. They can
not.
take
They are-
it
they have
back with them,
traitors
and they.
Betrayers among them. No, that's a terrible idea.
You're a betrayer.
Oh. Oh.
Every time
Oh.
we've had to save you, you ran off. You put us in
That's not
danger.
betrayal. That's just idiocy.
It feels like betrayal.
Okay, guys, it's both idiocy and betrayal.
They're two sides
You're
of the
saying
same
it's
coin.
incompetence and not malice.
Will we even be able to carry all this gold?
No.
I certainly will not be
Is
carrying it.
gold very heavy? If you have like a lot
I
of
think
it.
Is it?
Bury it and come back.
There is an equation for it. I can't remember.
I'm very weak.
Well, that was just
mean,
Kelby
I'm pr-
asking because she's never held more than like 100.
I know it's pretty obvious, but I am pretty strong.
I am pretty strong.
I'm gonna go over and grab the bag of beans.
Good. You're the person that should definitely have that.
We can each like carry a couple things. It doesn't look like it's hurting anyone if we just carry it over and like take it towards the whatever. Like all the other people, who's to say that we just don't get to like have first dibs?
Who's to say that we give them any of it? But I don't think we should be hiding it.
No, I didn't. I just told him.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just saying.
For sure. I mean, like,
What
like we got them out of this. We might have gotten like Captain Ace into this situation, but we got everybody else.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fair, more than fair.
Captain Ace is different. Captain Ace is part of this.
What
Yeah,
did Captain Hullix do?
Okay,
Captain
so-
Hullix is-
Just so you know, I just Googled it and calculated it. The amount of gold and gems, just the gold and gems, is roughly half a ton.
Yeah, easy. We can carry
That's
that.
what,
I'm pretty
50
strong.
pounds?
I got 16 strength.
What'd you say, Kelpie?
Is that 50? I don't. Well, how much is half a ton in
Oh,
pounds?
half a ton is 1,000 pounds. Sorry.
1,000? Jeez.
Yeah.
We don't have a bag of holding, right? We got that?
No.
Hey, I thought Eora has like a bag or something.
She has
Oh,
the
yeah,
bag
she
of
does.
scholastic holding.
500.
Oh yeah, she can put books in there.
Gold
these-
technically has historical significance, so we can put that in there.
Not how it works.
We tried.
I tried to loophole it.
Thanks, Elvin.
Just the gold seems like.
But
it's
yeah,
closer to only 30 pounds.
like Ian said, bags of holdings only hold up to 500 pounds anyway.
Well, okay,
Just the
so
gold?
Well,
So-
yeah, if I just add like 1,500 gold. Oh wait, no, I did 1,500, probably not 15,000. That's what happened. I forgot it was 15,000, not.
A lot.
so they're coming over. Why don't
Yeah.
we just like
Yeah, that's about 300 pounds.
pop some in what we want? We don't need that much. Like pop some in and then be like, oh, look at what we found. Here it is, all of it. Here it is. Go for it. But we. Have
I'm
what
not
we
lying to them.
Need. Well, we don't have to say it specifically. We just say here it is.
What are we gonna do with 15,000 gold?
Yeah.
Exactly. We just take what we need. Just like
I
just
Captain
a
Ace,
couple.
another ship.
I feel like we're open with them. We still will get more than we need.
Elbert, are you
And
willing
they
to
can get what
to
they-
fight all of these people and kill them for this gold?
How far are these people
Looks like
away
I can
now?
kill him.
Well, then what were you gonna do? They're about to discover that the gold is here. You're just gonna keep it from them?
We can't bury 15,000 gold in 2 seconds.
Yeah. We don't need gold
No,
right now anyway.
I think
We're going
we
to abandoned
can maybe
ruins.
take the items and then we'll just be like, here's some gold, and they'll be happy.
Yeah, I just want this clipper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
How
really
much
like this
does
frog
Albert-
necklace.
Also,
Sorry.
yes, sorry to get back to some of the items. Kelpie, you don't notice anything when you put on the toad necklace. It is
I
very
put on
pretty.
the ring
though.
too, assuming it fits me. If it doesn't fit, then I don't know.
It's a little big, but it does fit you.
Okay.
The bracelet.
Well, maybe not.
it's a
Maybe we
thumb
shouldn't
ring.
be putting
Yeah.
things on. We're gonna be seeing what the stuff is.
Oh,
thought
well, I
AMOs
already
could
did.
Do that.
S- I
It's
already
like
did it. Is
replacing.
it. Do I look different? Am I okay?
You look
Should I be
very
Oh my
concerned?
god! Oh my god!
What?
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
Ava, you would look so good in this hat. Didn't she say that's what she
Yes, she
wanted?
did. She did want the hat. But Zach
Everybody
is-
just went dead silent. I was like,
Well, because Zach should say, "Oh, thank you." That's
I apologize. Hold
Just
on. I'm
slow.
sorry.
He's
Ava's
doing
very
some
busy.
math. He's doing some math.
I'm doing some
Math is
math and some
hard.
other stuff.
I'm
Math is hard.
taking some of the gold and putting
Okay.
as much as I can that I can carry.
Okay, noted. Yes, you put on the ring. I'm just making sure nothing happens when you like touch these items.
Oh,
Yeah, you put on the ring. You put on the toadstone necklace. Nothing happens.
cool.
But they are pretty.
I feel
And
very pretty and posh.
you got the bag of beans.
Yeah, I open it up and just look inside, see what's in there.
Start singing.
You
Into the
notice,
woods.
first of all, that they aren't beans.
Oh boy!
As a matter of fact,
They're
Very good
farmers.
they are small, little pellet, like about this big, brightly colored candies.
Eat one. Eat one.
That's almost worse.
Of various colors.
They pets.
I have to find it. Hold on, just give me a second.
I know what this is, but Atticus
Oh.
has no idea.
Oh, okay.
He
I
sure
was
does
like,
it.
Is this the Griffin saddlebag?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured. I
Yeah.
recognized some of these from reading through that, but yeah,
I don't know.
I have
if
no
this is
idea what
tempted
this
to eat
bag
this.
of candy is.
Well,
I
just
know.
really
I don't know any specifics. I just kind of.
It's the bag of many candies.
If you guys are nice to me, I'll give my candies out.
Why am I? Oh my gosh! I
you
apologize.
got
I,
a candy?
Sweet.
I-
I have
my-
a huge sweet tooth.
usually the Control F and finding something is super quick, and it's seriously being so slow. I apologize.
Oh no.
No worries.
Anyway, white, black, blue, gray, gold, red, green, yellow.
That's a lot of candy. Is
You
there
know what
either?
they say about the green ones, right?
White,
They
black,
are
blue,
No.
What do they
gray,
say?
gold, red, green, and yellow.
I
Can
forget.
I
And
have
again, one more time, I'll say white, black, blue, gray, gold, red, green, and yellow.
Okay.
Can I have one of the green ones?
It's one color of each.
Yeah, I'll divvy out the candies as I see fit.
Maybe we should see what they do.
Have I
Like-
have I been good?
Rab, you have been a good boy.
I will say they have kind of an ethereal glow about them. You know, there's definitely almost a sense of at the very, very back corner depths of your mind, you hear a little.
How I feel every time I eat anything.
Yeah.
The people
I'm gonna
down at
say,
the
I'm-
camp.
I'm putting gold, and I'm like, they shouldn't be glowing if they're just candy.
I'm like,
People down at the camp
"Woo!"
might know what some of these items are.
Yeah.
True.
I think the people at the
But
camp
then
are
they
probably
might also
stranded
want them
here.
back. But I guess if
Yeah.
it's theirs, you could give them back.
Well,
Or they're
I mean-
from dead people, so
Right,
maybe
we don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I say we just wait for those people to come over here. We talk
That's what
about what
I'm
happened.
saying.
See how they
Yeah.
do. I mean, like at
Do
the
we
very
see
we-
least-
who's coming up?
Yeah. Can we
Yeah.
tell
At
who
this
it
point,
is?
that's what I was just about to say. At this point, they've pretty much they're coming upon
We're
you
sitting
now.
here talking, and they're standing
You see
watching.
Captain Hullix. You see Belidra, the scholarly elf woman. You see Riva, the Goliath woman. And those are the three people who are approaching you. Captain Hullix stops and kind of looks at the corpse of the storm giant, his eyes just wide.
We did it. We did that.
Actually, it was the mouse.
Oh well, we helped.
That's
him
true.
in
The
that.
mouse breathed like crazy something, and it
That
killed
was
it.
Atticus is definitely flexible. That was
You
100%
took
that.
down this is an ancient.
It's actually pretty easy.
He comes up
Yeah,
and he just
Seems like it's
starts
supposed to be harder.
with like a furrowed brow and a purpose that you haven't seen out of him yet. Starts walking straight towards Atticus. And he's like, and he's coming at you.
Oh, hey, hold up, hold up.
He's not stopping, and he gets closer and closer, and then he just puts his arms around you and squeezes tight,
Oh, well, I'll
No.
definitely
And then-
return the favor.
and then lets go. And you can see like no tear falls, but there's a little bit of welling in his right eye, and he just says, "I can't believe we're out of this. I can't believe it was just this thing the whole time. Thank you. Thank all of you." And he looks at all of you.
I mean, we told you we were here to help.
To think we've been here a little over a year now, and you've been here less than 2 days, and you just... you guys are something special.
Pretty efficient.
That's
Takes
what
a
happens
village.
when you have the Lake Peak 7.
6.
Lake Peak 67.
The Lake Peak 67.
67
It's just the Lake Peak 7.
The Lake Peak 7.
plus
Well, if you count our pets,
plus
there's
Vix
12 of them.
and
12 of us,
plus yeah. I mean, we've got
Yeah, if you count
Elliot
Biscuit and
and
Gidget.
Biscuit.
Could be the Lake Peak.
And
City.
now-
And he just starts like laughing and just like, you know, like puts a hand on your shoulder. And then he notices the hoard mound of gold, and looks at all of it, and his eyes go wide.
We found this. There's more gold in Eldred's pocket, but we found all this.
I am taking what I said I could carry. Calm down. I'm still like,
Captain Hullix puts up a hand and he says, "No shame in that, son." And then he looks to you and he says, "We, I can't believe. I mean, this makes sense. We definitely did notice that out of the items we were able to recover, anything of value is not there. But we also didn't travel as much. And he just starts to like kind of like look through the stuff, and Riva comes up and she looks at the rest of you and she kind of nods and respectfully, and then just kind of starts eyeing over some of the stuff as well. They're just like looking to see what's there. It's not like predatory at all. And then Belidra comes up to the rest of you and she says, "Very, very well done. I will have to definitely make sure there's a lengthy journal entry about the Lake Peak 7.
everything was-
My memoir will definitely include the tale of your wondrous victory here." And she kind of tilts her head and looks towards you, Farah. Yes. I see you found my little bag of sweets there.
Yeah. Didn't take you for a sweet tooth. Do you want them back?
No. To me, they've been gone for many days now. You go ahead and have them as my thanks. But I would be careful. They're quite potent. Maybe not what you would expect always.
I try one? I'll
No.
hold
What
my
do
hand.
they do?
Nope.
Yeah,
Don't give one to the
Do you have any-
child.
Do you have any specifics of what they do?
What?
Some of them do some. The thing is I know what they have done in the past. This is a bag, and she kind of like gestures out to your hands, like with her hand open, like, may I?
Mm-hmm.
And she
Yes.
takes the bag and she holds it up. These are Ferrophil's Jolly Ooze Bean Sugar Bombs.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
Literally.
Um,
That's the slogan.
Because they're candy.
They are made to surprise the ingester with certain abilities or gifts temporarily, and they can lead to some fun for sure. So I hope that that's what they lead to for you. And she tosses them back to you.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm always down for some sweets.
Of course.
Like a good idea.
Elburn, do you want one?
Absolutely not. I'm still just like trying to place as much gold as like I can.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm
Able to
keeping
do
that in
it
mind.
now.
Okay. Yeah. So what?
Avra does have a bag of holding. She bought
Yes,
one.
it's not in her inventory, but she did just message the.
I thought someone
The
bought one
chat.
when we were buying.
Oh,
magical
okay.
items.
Okay. So she does have a bag of holding that
500 pounds. Empty it. 500 pounds.
that I don't think she has like literally like really anything in it. So
I was gonna say, I don't think. I mean, yeah.
yeah. So I mean,
because we were all wholly unaware of it.
it can hold up to 500 pounds.
Yeah, currently,
Okay.
like her entire like kit in D&D Beyond only adds up to like 50 pounds of stuff, and most of that is stuff she's probably holding on her person.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But yeah. Let's
She
sweep all this.
specifically, I do remember this now. She specifically did buy the bag of holding for the party. So,
I thought so.
so yeah, you notice that neither Captain Riva nor neither do Riva nor Captain Hullix pick up any of the items. Seems to be that none of them are theirs. Captain Hullix does start to pocket some of the gold though. And Riva does the same. And Captain Hullix pulls up one of the large diamonds, and he looks at it and he says, huh. All that death, all that destruction, just for something shiny. And he tosses it over to Atticus. And he starts to pack his little satchel. Doesn't take much, but takes a good healthy chunk. He starts to clink as he's walking back towards the main group of you all. And he just
Do you
says,
have a?
no, go ahead.
I'll say, do you guys have a plan of, an exit strategy? Have you guys thought about this?
No, not really. I mean, I have, but I haven't really discussed it with everybody else. But I think what we'll do is, I know that some people are going to want to go through the forest there, across Lake Vildren and over to Wolf's Hide, but...
That's right, we're not on an island. I thought we were on an island.
But
Keep on thinking.
I think I'm going to try to convince some of the others. I think that amongst all the wreckage that we have, we can put together a small makeshift ship. And I'm going to use it to sail down the Roar Tide. And then get real passageway there, either to follow you in or somewhere else.
Well, I don't think we'll be here when you guys get back, so
Still heading north, huh?
yeah.
That's the plan.
Well, I wish you all the luck.
Should we bring like Captain Ace and Rickard and your dad and Kelfie? Should we bring them with us, or should we leave them? I know we were all supposed to go to Depths together.
Maybe we should just ask them what they want to do.
Yeah, I think
Fair
that's a
enough.
good idea. The plan was just for them to drop us off, and
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
how we were going to get back. But
The just so you know, as a party, the official like plan was that yes, they were just gonna go there, drop you off. They were gonna stay like a little bit back so that they could then come back in like a matter of like 2 days, which were details we would have gotten into if you made it there. But they would have like stayed back a little bit, waited for you, and then picked you back up. But they were not going with you to the physical city of Devis.
Yeah, they could either stay there or maybe they'd go to a town to like find a way back to follow you in.
If there's a safe passage, yeah.
Because we'll have to eventually figure out. I don't think. I mean, we could walk there, but I feel like it would take a while.
You all can't fit on tiny. Sorry.
True.
I mean, tomorrow I could get us a
You-
horse, or I could get us Gustav and Mastiff form back. That's about it. That's all I can do.
I can be a horse. Someone can ride.
I could also summon a horse of some kind.
Okay.
Maybe with 3 horses, we can all get to Devis.
7 of us. Well, there'll be 6 of us because Kelvy will be a horse.
So 4 people would need to be on each horse.
That'd be 2.
Well, I can take one. For
Oh yeah,
someone.
6. Oh yeah, 2 on each. Sorry.
Are we
Yeah, I think we would
going
definitely be
through
able to make
the
that.
jungle?
Or it could be the reptile thing too. Someone could still
Yeah.
ride me. That'd be fun.
I think it'd be better if you were something that 2 people could ride, though.
That's
Yeah, that'd
probably
be a lot cooler. with
true.
a
I'm
reptile.
down to ride a horse.
Right?
That's
It would be
also my
so
friend.
cool. And the person that would be riding me would feel so cool, like riding into
Yeah.
Devos on that.
We'll do the math.
Okay.
One day I'm gonna become a horse.
Really?
I look
How?
off plaintively into the distance.
That's an aspiration I didn't know you had, Pharaoh.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exciting.
I always see Kelpie turning into animals. I'm like, that'd be cool. You know.
It's a lot of fun.
Honestly, at this point, anything's possible.
We've literally
That's
never
true.
talked
I
about
could try to teach you. I can tell you what I think about every time I turn into an animal, and then if you think about it really hard, maybe you'll just turn it into an animal too.
You know, you're never too old to learn new things.
Especially
w-
me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
There you go,
what are
Mo.
we doing?
Well, here's the thing. What time is it? Like, what is it? Still,
3?
or is
It's
it
like
still-
2:10 at this point. It's about
Yes.
10 minutes
Well,
since I told you what time it was.
Why don't we do the 2-hour wait, see what everything is, and then.
Avra
head
has
over
keen
to-
mind as a feat, so she knows exactly what time it is. Oh yeah, it's 2:10 p.m.
All right.
Well, why don't we?
2:10 and 35 seconds.
14.
36 seconds.
Why don't we have Captain Ace and Tommy and everybody meet us back
Yeah.
here, and then while they're on their way, we'll identify.
Can we send them like a
everything.
message to like say, hey?
Well, can't we just
Come
tell
here.
Captain Hullix to?
Oh, that's probably yeah. That
Do
makes
it the
sense.
old-fashioned
Captain
way.
Hullix, who's been
Elder
standing there
voice.
the whole time, says, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind at all. I also probably gonna send maybe a few other people up here. I'm not sure if any of this is theirs. I mean, like I said, we think people have been here since before us even, so they might not be, but or it might be someone who's unfortunately passed. But just in case any of this is theirs,
For sure.
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 Can I, when he says that, can I look at Captain Pollux and like hold up the quiver and be like, does this look familiar?
No, it looks like a rotten bucket.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. And then I like go and I'm just taking all my quivers out of my, and like it's like when you get a new backpack and you just take everything out. And I'm like
Love
putting
it.
all the quivers in, and then that's where I'm gonna be. So.
Okay, yeah.
Crumpled up homework in the bottom of your
Yeah.
quiver.
Some tissues and
Yeah.
like candy
Cheez-Its,
wrappers.
crushed
Yeah,
cheese.
crumbs. Yeah.
I definitely eat those if there are.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna pass out candy. 1 candy each to each of you. So gather around.
Are we eating these now, or are we saving?
No,
them for,
I
like, a
trust
moment
you
of
to
peril?
eat them at the appropriate time.
Why don't we cast Identify? We know what each of them do. That would
It's
take
more-
a long time.
It's
That
more
would- that would
fun
take a while.
to
I think-
just.
So we all just take one and see what happens, and just
Yeah.
ruin all of
loudly
them.
hear from the pile of gold. That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea.
Elburn,
Yeah,
the
it
green
is.
one's got your name on it.
Why don't we
Kiss
take
my ass.
why don't we play that game that y'all keep talking about tonight?
Honesty or compelled
Take that.
action?
Yeah, you keep talking about that and I want to play it.
Okay.
Hoka, as Tony called it.
Oh, you having that Tony?
He's a character.
He's a really
Yeah.
good, really
He
good
was
guy.
he was in the
Yeah.
campaign for such a short time, but what an explosive period. of time.
Campaign?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
this is a campaign.
Yeah,
of
that was
Devils.
in the campaign,
Devils.
you know.
in the distance.
Pharaoh, have you ever considered sending the Tony?
Farrell looks at the camera.
How did I get in this situation? I would ask.
What lane are
Yeah,
you from?
freeze frame. Yeah, that's me. You're probably asking yourself, how did I get here? Okay. So yeah, you guys start to gather up some more of the stuff. While they are walking away and more people are coming up, is there anything else that anybody grabs? I know that Elburn's still just shoveling away.
Does
I mean, I
anyone
want
else use a
that-
shield?
What'd you say?
Does anyone else use a shield? I use a shield.
I don't.
I
no.
do. I think that shield would probably work better for you. I like to be
Yeah.
a little bit more
That
mobile. seems a
shield's
little bit too
bigger
big.
than me, so I definitely won't use it.
Go
It's
for
also
it.
5 feet, and I'm also very weak.
Can you hold it?
Can you lift
I was
it?
gonna say, was there a strength requirement?
Yeah,
for
I
that?
try to pick it up.
You pick it up. It is surprisingly light.
I
And
pretend that it's heavy.
you notice on. Do you speak Dwarvish?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I speak dwarven.
You notice that there is a word in a language that you do not understand, delightfully engraved on the back of the shield.
Delightfully
There's
engraved.
an exclamation point next to it.
Yes, that's what makes it delightful.
Can anyone read this? Atticus, what does it
Atticus,
say?
you look at it, and it says fortress in Dwarvish.
Hey, it says fortress in Dwarvish.
I am a bit of a fortress mentally.
Does anybody say the actual word in Dwarvish out loud?
Yeah, I'll say it.
Uh,
Sure. I'll say it, and
Why
then I'll
not?
say it means fortress.
Yeah. So as soon as you say it the first time, while you're holding the shield, it like kind of forces your arm, but it slams it. You slam it into the ground as gravity just seems to bring the shield down, and the shield just like almost as if there were other metal plates hidden within the shield, but you know that there's not. I mean, you don't see any creases or anything, but almost as if that's what happens. These panes of shield just start coming out and shooting up, and the shield becomes a 15 by 15 sheet of metal wall.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
I go, ah!
Why we should eat the candies if we don't know what the
Pharaoh! Pharaoh, are you back there?
I'm trapped. Oh wait, no, it's just a wall. I put my head out. Can I
I'll
like move
say-
it while it's
No,
big?
no,
Can I?
no.
Is it stuck?
You
in the
you cannot move it. No.
That's cool. How do you?
And actually, you do notice that. Oh, actually, you actually. You notice that you are like on the shield, and if you move away, it starts to like fold back in.
Gotcha.
So you have to be
Okay.
on the shield for the wall for it to happen, and it what was I gonna say? Oh, you also notice on the ground, like the ground is like rough ground. Over each rock and pebble, the shield like conforms to where it's at.
Flush.
Yeah.
And
So
I
does it-
can't see anything on the other side of it.
No, you cannot.
All right, might have to make some adjustments. A little,
Eye
little
holes.
slit. Eye
Get a
holes, yeah.
periscope.
Periscope.
Cool. I tried to say the word fortress in Dwarvish.
The shield reverts back to its shield-like state.
Cool.
Now you know
That's
one
awesome.
word in Dwarvish.
That's so cool. We'll be so safe around you.
Yeah,
You're
I
always-
Unless we're
think that-
unless we're standing like on either side of you, I think I might.
Unless,
Or
unless you're
getting
standing
us
with.
random candies.
See,
I
Um,
think
that,
that shield is made for you. But
However, you do say like you do just happen to say it again, like in like almost any conversation, not even willing to say it, and you notice that it doesn't happen again.
One time.
Uh-oh.
one time.
did you break it?
Maybe it's his pronunciation.
There's fine print in Dwarvish at the very bottom that
Oh,
says
hold on, I didn't
that
see
just
that.
says it says disclaimer once per day.
Just
Makes
like-
sense.
Once per day.
I'd like
Whatever.
to.
As you say the word disclaimer in Dwarvish, papers just started.
I'm gone. Bye.
I take all the papers and neatly put them in a folder binder.
And you start reading through it. You start reading.
Yes.
through it.
mhm.
Sorry.
Bye now.
Go ahead, Kelpie.
I just seeing that I would look at the ring and necklace if I could find any secret script.
You
On
do
them.
not notice anything on the frog necklace.
Hmm.
But you do notice that there. Do you speak Draconic?
No.
Then there is a language that you do not know on the ring, engraved on
I
the
will
ring.
immediately say, "Ooh, this says something too." Who? I don't know what it is, but it says something, and I'll hold up the ring on whatever finger it is on.
Um,
Yeah, I speak Draconic.
Yeah.
So worldly, Atticus.
Both Ray and Atticus know what this says.
Oh yeah.
It says Dragon's Breath in Draconic. And that's what it says. That's it.
I'm not gonna say that out loud, but it says Dragon's Breath.
Ooh. But how do you say it? Can you say it? And I just like steady myself ready to
no,
like.
I can
do
say
it.
it. I can say it for sure.
Say
No,
it.
not gonna
What?
happen. Maybe until Aver takes a look at this. This could kill us all.
But if I face
Dude.
away,
Atticus
well,
I'll like turn
will
away from
kill us
everybody.
all. Thank you, Atticus. Thank you.
Abra goes over to the hat and picks it up, and she says, "This is amazing. This is Kelpie. Is this not perfect?
That's, mm-hmm.
I love it.
It's
Why
like
do I
it was
love it
made
so
for you.
much?
Because
It's
it,
so great.
it looks
Does
great.
anything happen to her when she puts it on?
Nothing happens to her, no.
Just a little
Other than the fact that she looks fabulous.
Of
Does it have a tag?
You look fabulous.
Thank
Something
you.
has changed within me.
Well, it does. It doesn't have a tag. No.
How are you gonna have to know how to care for it?
Who knows? Okay, so the shield has been discovered. The quiver has been discovered. Does anyone do anything with the eye patch?
Yeah. Who does anybody not have dark vision? I don't have dark vision.
I don't have dark vision. Is that what that does? Does
Oh
the
wait, never mind. I
weird
don't know.
eye
that.
give
Is
it to you?
anybody missing an eye?
Can I tell like
Who wants to
what
look
animal,
like a pirate?
What'd you say?
what animal of eye it is? Like
Roll a
can
nature
I-
check.
The eye's looking around.
It is, yes.
Good.
It looks at like whenever sound is made, like
I
like a
absolutely
normal
no
like
part
it,
of this.
yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That is an eye that you have not recognized before, and you know that you would have recognized it if you've seen it. So that is a reptile that you've not seen.
That's a reptile I've never seen before.
I think Aver should really start looking at these items before we start putting it on.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it'd be really cool to put on an eye patch and have like an eye still that's like
Oh
looking
yeah,
around.
it looks
while
awesome.
you're
I would
looking
love
around.
to wear this, but I'm not gonna put it on.
But
Over
I
my eyeball?
could put it on. I have 2 eyeballs, so if one goes
Yeah.
by, I can still see okay.
But we could just take like 10 minutes and know what's gonna happen.
10 minutes is so long.
Okay, so this
Patience
is
a virtue, Kelpie.
for the sake of brevity, this is
Why?
what we'll say. We'll say that you guys grab all of these magical items for preparation for the mass identified ritual that'll happen, and then we will dole those out in a second. So in this amount of time, Elbert, you have for sure filled yourself up with gold. Did you move to the bag of holding at all? Like, did you ask Ava for the bag of holding, or did you just put enough gold on your person that you couldn't carry anymore?
I put enough gold on my person, but then started to move 500, whatever was 500 pounds worth, into the bag of holding after asking Abra about it.
Okay.
We don't want to fill the whole bag with just gold, right?
Yeah,
We can-
right now.
I just got
Divvy
it
up
open
some
and I'm
amongst
like doing
us.
this and going, stop me whenever. I'm just gonna be right here.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
Stop.
it had nothing in it beforehand.
Well, we want some
I mean,
like on our
hopefully-
person,
I mean,
so when we go
ideally-
shopping.
Ideally, we'll empty it at some point, and then you can fit more books.
I'll just look at Elbert and say, you know, greed is not a very good color on you.
Yeah, you know what is a good color on me? Fucking whatever's made of silk when we get out of here.
Okay, but well, we have to make sure we have the gems for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gems for sure.
How much do they weigh?
Does a pharaoh need diamonds?
The gems in total are like 50 pounds.
I need a 300 gold piece diamond, but I think these are just 100 gold piece.
No,
Can
they're
I
1,000.
combine?
Diamonds are 1,000.
Oh, they're 1,000.
The diamonds are
gimme,
1,000.
gimme.
Yeah, I can get rid of
Can you
find a
like
couple
break them
levels.
so they're like only what you need? I feel like it's silly if you use 1,000 piece.
Somebody
make-
probably could.
We should look into that.
Well, you're the strong one, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
not
like
a-
come up to like
I could-
punch them.
Of course, I could like, break this diamond into a bunch of pieces. I'm not precise. You need like a jeweler.
oh.
Maybe the spell, like it knows how much to take out of the diamonds.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't mind overpaying for a Revivify.
Not us.
Okay, well you can have those.
If I
Yeah,
have to
have
do
'em for
Revivify
now.
marked up cost-wise, it's fine.
If we don't use them, we can take them to a jeweler.
Yeah.
But if you need them, use it for sure.
I still have one
Yeah.
just regular 300 gold
How
piece.
much
so-
gold was I able to
Oh, I have a
save?
diamond you can have.
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so with the gems in the bag of holding as well, you are able to get in 9,900 gold coins.
There's 7 of us.
Because I would say it's not that. I mean, it would take you a second, but I would say it's not that hard to just shovel coins into an open mouth bag. Like that probably doesn't take you too long.
This is the second time in Zach's campaign we filled a bag of holding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Almost
Yeah.
as if I have a certain way of getting my party gold.
And again, we're going to be leaving gold on the table.
Exactly.
Like, it's the second time where there's like still more gold than I've ever had in any campaign. Again, that we're leaving behind.
Yeah.
How much could we get in?
9,950 in the party fund.
Oh,
No,
50?
no, sorry, just 9,900. Sorry, 9,900.
Oh, okay.
How much can I have taken from that?
And then you, in your own personal, could get easily like 1,000 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
I know how many that is divided evenly.
So we have like 4,100 minus what Hulks took, which is what, like.
Holix took like 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
Gonna say.
So we have 3,900 gold.
In Elburn, that's if you filled every the rest of your satchel, all of your pockets. That's if you like encumber yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if I had the ghastly basket butt water, like that shit.
Yeah.
would've Not been, but it's all empty. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
empty.
totally.
So I don't carry many things anyway.
Yeah.
So
And it's also not gonna make you super stealthy.
Oh, we'll find out.
You're just jangling around.
He's had a rough couple of days since dying. Like,
I just wanted to let you know that you are able to carry it. It's not gonna tire you out, but it's not necessarily like the most comfortable experience.
that makes sense.
So then, if we have 3,900 left, and not counting Elburn, since he already filled his pockets, and we divide it 6 ways, that's an even 650 for everybody.
Well, why don't we wait and split it up with some more people down there?
I was going to say, let's.
We're taking a
Because
lot
I already
of
did
gold.
the math.
Wait, where?
Kelpie doesn't even know how to read.
Our accountant, she's 12.
Honestly, incredible feat, Kelpie. Very good.
Okay,
I
so
spend a lot of time counting leaves, so I'm a really good counter.
Captain Ace and their crew approach. Once again, just awestruck by the fact of what you guys were capable of. Tommy comes running up to you, Kelpie, and picks you up with a big hug, spinning you. Are you kidding me? A giant?
Yeah, and I didn't even wild shape this time. I just used spells. That's the first time I've ever had fought something, but I haven't been like something big, you know?
Oh my god, I was scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. You know what, kid? I'm not underestimating you ever again.
Good.
I'll say a few other people come up as well. No one grabs any of the items. However, people do start just kind of grabbing some gold, unless they are stopped. Captain Ace, though, they look at you and they say, well done. Well done indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Right, well, I'm assuming you all are going to continue to Davis?
Yes.
There's the mission.
No rest for the weary.
Well, Captain Holix told of us of his plan, and if it's all right with you, I think that my crew and I were gonna stay here and see if we can help him get some kind of ship together. Sail on down to Roar Tide, and maybe we can get another ship and meet you up in Davis.
Yeah, did you have magical storm insurance on your ship?
Well, luckily it was paid for by the Council of Stagham, so as sad as I am to see her go, she wasn't mine, really.
I reach into my extensive pockets, copper of gold now, and I sack together 500 pieces, and I was like, that's in case you didn't have insurance and dealt with a lot of our shit.
Captain Ace raises his brow
There you
and looks down at the gold. Thank you.
literally the least I could do. And then I just like turn around and awkwardly walk away.
Ray saw that entire interaction.
Wasn't really his goal to give, but
Yeah, he did that as seemingly a sense of good-natured, but really, like, you could just grab 500 gold from
As I walk away,
there's
I
more.
go, "Kill counts is good."
You grabbed it from the horde, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. I thought you. I thought you grabbed.
grabbed it
from
your
like
feet,
what
okay.
I took.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember
there's
500
still-
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it was from the
Only
horde,
five.
but it was from
Yeah.
what he originally had on his own.
Did you then go back to the horde and replenish the 500 gold?
person.
Now,
I
if,
will
like,
say,
all the people are there now, and like they're around. I'm like, I've already been there.
I will
Like,
say, Captain Ace and their crew are also like going through. If you guys, unless you guys like intervene at all, the rest of the gold is going to be divvied up amongst the people who are here and Captain Ace and their crew.
Atticus should go over and take like 500 gold
Okay, yeah,
if he could fit it on his person without over encumbering himself.
yeah,
Same.
I'll take like 20 gold, just some walking around money.
okay.
Yeah, I would not take as much, but I would
You can
top
take,
up
yeah,
to
yeah. You guys
100.
can take as much
Yeah.
as you want, but they're just gonna take the rest. Like they're not gonna fight you
Right.
over any of it because you're the ones that let it
Yeah.
happen. But they're gonna take as much as left there. So,
Cool.
so yeah. Then Captain Ace looks at you all and says, "So is that the plan then? We can try to find another ship at raw tide and then sail up to meet you at Devis."
Yeah, that would be great.
Right. Well, how are we gonna let you know? Because who knows how long it's gonna be to make a ship. Do any of you have a way of keeping in touch with me?
Yeah, I can. I'll send you a message.
Couple days. week.
When we're done, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, I assume even. I mean, Devis is probably a 5-day hike away. I assume even at our best, we will not have a ship back to you by the time you get there. So yes, just send us a message when you arrive in Devis, and I will make you aware of our ETA.
Gotcha. I assume we'll probably walk up to Devis and be done with our business in a couple hours.
I mean, as quickly as we wrap stuff up here, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you a message.
I wouldn't put it past you and your crew, that's for sure. Captain Ace holds out their hand and shakes anybody's hand who is willing to accept it, and says, "You all saved me and my crew multiple times. You won't be forgotten, and we will see you soon. And I'd appreciate it if you didn't get yourselves killed. I've unfortunately grown rather fond of you, so
You do the same.
good. Well, I'm going to grab up some of this gold." They start coming over to
I
the
did-
door.
I
Real
It's
want to
quick-
pull Captain Ace aside. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just
Whatever you
real
want.
quick for Avra.
Yeah.
Would I can update her character sheet? Would she have grabbed any?
Yeah, she grabbed the mage cap for sure.
Sure.
And
but
then-
the gold. I mean,
I don't feel like Avery wants gold. Ball.
Oh, the
No, I don't
gold?
think so.
Actually, no, I don't think. I mean, I think she would have grabbed like
She has the bag of holding.
because she has, she has the bag of holding, and she thinks that
Yeah.
she has faith that the party is like gonna, So I mean, she
Yeah.
would grab like 50 gold. Give her 50 gold.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, so so Captain Ace is in a spot, kind of a little bit alone, gathering up some gold. If you wanted to,
I'll just give. I took a couple shells when I was digging through the sand,
yeah.
and I'm gonna give one to him and just say, in case something happens to me, I don't know what we're walking into. Here's something to remember me by. I don't know. I feel like we had a good time.
We did have a good time, yes, and I will
I
say
know it's not 500 gold like Albert gave you, but
he just picked it up from the ground and gave
I
it to
know.
me.
He thought that he was a big jester.
I
didn't
know. Well,
what that
for
was.
him though, I've barely known the man, and for him, that gesture was quite large.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
Atticus,
Not as large
I
as giant clams.
we're not doing that again. Atticus, I will say, I'm going to be forward with you. I am a person who enjoys my time with whoever I deem worthy. And I don't necessarily want you to. I'm a very free individual, but that's not to
for
say.
sure.
But that's not to say. I definitely wouldn't be looking forward to reuniting again with you in the future, where hopefully we're not falling out of the sky.
You know,
Seemed to
and
put a little
until we
bit of a
see each other-
damper on the
It did.
chemistry
But,
that I felt growing between us.
Until we see each other again, then I'll just kind of fold her hand over the shell.
They give you a little wink and start to lean back down to the gold, and then come back up and lean forward and give you a little peck on the cheek, and then go back down and start putting more gold in.
Then Atticus will look away and just give like a fist bump.
Oh my god.
Abra, as you're walking away, she kind of like noticed the end of that reaction, just the peck, and she looks at you and she's like,
Oh my god.
all right, so yeah, you guys gather up the rest of the items. Are you just like making a little mini camp here? Or are you gonna go back to the beach? Where are you doing this little identify party?
Oh yeah, I think right here.
Yeah,
I think
just
it's-
right here. Cool. So
Fast track.
while Abra starts casting identify on the various objects, you guys put together a small little fire. The rain has stopped. You notice that the snow is almost completely gone. It doesn't seem to be as cold and arid as what you had walked up into, which was surprising in the first place. So now the climate is starting to be something that you would expect here. And a couple hours pass as you get together some food and some munching and laughing. And thank you. And so yeah, so you guys identify all these items. We don't need to go over the barricade shield. We talked about that. The next one, and especially now that you've had time to almost before she even identifies it, you feel like you know what you're able to do with the Brambleheart Quiver, Ray. So the Brambleheart Quiver, it can carry all your arrows. As you sit there, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Yeah.
It kills you if you get 4.
Probably also add that
I
item
did-
book to like a shared folder so we can all like look at those items.
Yeah, that would be good.
I got a 1.
1. So 2 arrows appear in that quiver that are not yours. They give you a plus. Those specific arrows, when you attack with them, give you a +2 to attack and damage. And then you know that if you speak the Elvish word, which even if you don't speak Elvish comes to your mind because you've attuned to the item of splinter. When you say splinter after the arrows have hit an object, it casts the spell Spike Growth where that arrow hit the ground or hit the target.
Fucking love it.
It's horrible.
It's pretty cool.
It's definitely against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah. Okay, so the eye patch. The eye patch
Gives double sight, essentially.
basically gives devil sight, yeah, which is it gives you dark vision, which is also you can see through magical darkness. But there's one thing that's not in the book that I put in it, because this item is not does not require attunement. So if anyone put it on in the 2 hours before she identified it, you would have noticed that it gave you,
Well, it's middle of the day, so I don't think we would have. But
yeah, I guess some of the shadows were less shadowy. And you also notice on the back in Draconic is the word sight. and she tells you with her identify spell that it gives the user through that eye patch true sight for 1 minute, meaning you can see stuff from the ethereal plane. You can see stuff that is invisible. So for a minute, if the person uses an action to speak the word sight in Draconic, the wearer will have true sight for 1 minute. So that is the eye patch. The forearm bracers, as I told you guys last time, are once the wearer says their arcane trigger word, 2 magical arms appear underneath the 2 that they have. These arms, here I'll just say, you can manipulate an object, like open a door or container. You can retrieve items with them. Each arm can carry up to 10 pounds. In addition, the bracers can amplify the arm's strength for short bursts. They have 5 charges per day. By uttering the command word and expending a charge, you can empower the arms and immediately make 2 unarmed melee attacks. The arms have a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and you use your proficiency bonus on making the attacks. Each strike does 1d4 magical bludgeoning damage upon a successful hit. If anyone picks this item, I will send you that, because I know that was a lot of info. The sugar bombs. They are a magical candy that when you eat, they give the wearer certain properties. She can tell that most of them aren't too harmful. They're mostly benefits. But they are temporary, and once used, they are gone completely. The bag does not replenish any of the sugar bombs. The mage cap, the witch's hat, gives the wearer the ability to cast the spell Mage Armor through the cap itself once per day. The mask is the mask of the Pact Bearer, and I didn't say what this did last time. I don't think, did I? I just said what it was.
No, you specifically said that it was
for warlocks.
Yes. It is specifically for warlocks, as it is the mask of the Pact Bearer. And I will say what it does. Just a second. As soon as I have it pulled up here.
I will say I take the bracers after hearing about it, and I don't put them on, but I just kind of like put them in my bag.
Okay. All right.
Very much like
Noted.
Yeah,
So you're just not gonna use them, but you
body
want 'em.
horror isn't magic. That's just its own category.
Yeah.
He's not putting them on deliberately.
Sorry, this is
So you
taking
have to
forever.
get rid of like 30 gold to make room for the bracers.
You just see me like.
Yes,
Look, if you just,
shoving them
if
down.
you just put them on, you'd be strong enough to carry them and more gold.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
I just like look at him and then just keep trying to fit it in my bag.
Okay, the Mask of the Pact Bearer. This mask looks like a normal wooden mask before it's attuned. Do you take the time to attune to this mask?
Learning that it's for warlocks, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, let's say it's
handle
one
it
of the
and-
first items she does so that you have time.
Sure.
So when you attune to this mask, the wooden, deep, like ancient grain of wooden mask, like I said, it looks very similar to the mask in The Mask before Jim Carrey puts it on. You start to hear the voice of Demetrius in the back of your head. Oh, well, fuck yeah, this is fucking nifty. All right, I like this. Let's give it a little pizzazz, though, huh? And you notice that the mask completely darkens and becomes the red metal or the metal like bracers on the side become like a deep maroon red as the wood becomes like a black color. Out of the mouth of the mask grow 2 fangs that are slightly dipped in red at their ends. And
You see this happening? It's
you
like
do,
happening in
yes,
his
yeah.
face.
The sides of the mask ever so slightly have get the edges of bat wings, if that makes sense. It's ever so slightly, so it doesn't look like you just have wings coming off the mat. It's just the edges on the sides have a slight curvature indentation every couple inches. You also notice that the mask conforms to your face. It's very comfortable. It feels the jaw moves with your face. While you wear this mask, you can cast one spell from your patron's expanded spell list without expanding a spell slot.
Nice.
The spell must be of equal level to or less than your warlock spell slot level, which is obvious. A spell cast in this way is always cast at its lowest level, which is a warlock thing anyway, or highest. Once the mask has been used in this way, it cannot be used again until the next dawn. So basically, it just gives you an extra spell slot.
Cool.
Yeah.
You gonna wear that all the time, Rev, or?
It's a little spooky, huh?
I will say, and this might not be true, but as the DM, I will say, once you've attuned to it, you just need to put it on to use the spell. You don't have to be consistently wearing it.
I could also I guess disguise self to maybe.
True, disguise yourself
like
to
it's
just
not there.
yourself, but no mask.
Yeah.
It looks like a deep fake of your own
Yeah,
face.
yeah. The tin can is called the Pomade of 1,000 Styles. Basically, you're able to completely transform the style, color, cut of your hair when you use that pomade.
That's for everyone.
Yeah, that's. I
Case
said that I
basis.
wanted it just so that way I could secret smear it on people.
Secret spirit.
Secret smear.
Secret Spirit. Secret Spirit.
I'm seeing if there's a time limit on that. It can hold up to, so the canister steadily replenishes its pomade over time. It can hold up to 4 uses at a time. It regains 1d4 expended uses at the beginning of each day. Using 1 use of the pomade takes a minute. Once you've used this product in your hair, it returns to its normal appearance after a long rest. Hair produced by the pomade that's been cut off turns to dust after 24 hours. If you use the pomade every day for 7 days to make the same changes, the change becomes permanent. So you could permanently change your hair if you wanted to.
Any bald people that we know, we could really change their lives.
Truly. Now time for the Toady Stony. So your Toadstone necklace, Kelpie. While you wear it, you gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and you can hold your breath for up to an hour. In addition, once per day, you can cast the spell Jump on yourself through this necklace.
Cool.
That's cool.
Cool.
Okay, cool. And you've also taken time to attune it, so you do notice that. You also took time to attune to the dragon scale ring. Basically, it doesn't have a trigger word. The engraved words just tell you what it is. But it allows the user to basically cast the spell Dragon's Breath on themselves once per day and decide which Dragon's Breath it is. So that spell that Aver's cast on you a couple times, the ring allows you to do it.
Sweet.
Last, but certainly not least, is the Volt Edge Sword. And I will get to it in just a second. Literally, after I said the word sword, I selected where I needed to go. And still, as I'm talking right now, this moment, it has not gotten to it.
Well, then I'll ask this. Do the bracers need to be attuned?
Yes.
Duly
Is
noted.
that plate armor just plate armor?
The plate armor... Oh, sorry. The plate armor is +1 plate armor. The sword requires attunement. Pretty much everything requires attunement other than the shield and the sugar bombs.
Nice.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Does plate armor require attunement?
I don't think +1 armor does require attunement. No, I don't think it does. I'm gonna say no. The split metal sword. Oh yeah, it's a split metal sword, by the way. This long sword, this volt edge sword. Arcs with electricity between its two halves. When you hit with an attack using this magic sword, the target takes an extra 1d6 lightning damage. While holding this sword, you can use an action to unleash a concentrated beam of lightning, 60 feet long, 5 feet wide, and they gotta take a dexterity saving throw, or take 4d6 points of lightning damage, and that can be used once per day.
I don't approve of swords.
So that is all of the items. So the barricade shield, you took it, right, Pharaoh?
Yep.
The Brambleheart quiver, Ray took.
I'll take that +1 armor.
Okay, Atticus took the +1 armor. Does anybody take the eye patch?
I mean,
I grab
could
it.
just-
if no one
yeah,
else
I was
we
gonna
does.
say I
kinda-
would if no one else did.
But does anyone attune to it?
Oh, it needs to
I
be attuned.
would if no one else did.
I don't. I actually don't think that one does. Hold on. Sorry.
You had said that was one that you were adding the property. That
Oh yeah, I was adding the true sight of yeah. So that part has to be. You can just look through it to get dark vision, but the true sight thing requires attunement. Yes. So you're gonna attune to that, Kelpie?
Yeah, like I said, I think Kelpie would think it's cool. So if no one else grabs it,
And just so you know, I don't know if you know this, Jessica, as a player, and if you do, I'm sorry, I don't mean to tell you something you know, but you can only attune to 3 things at once. I just want to make sure you know that.
right, and I have 2.
100%. I just want to make sure you knew.
Right. Because the frog necklace didn't need attunement.
It does.
It was just the ring.
All 3 of those
So
do.
then I would have. Oh, okay. So that would be my 3.
Yeah. So the Devil's Eye Patch would be your 3rd.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
The forearm bracers, Elburn took. The sugar bombs, Pharaoh has. Aver has the mage cap. Rev has the mask. Pomade is just with one of you, but can be used by anybody. Fucking Kelpie. Jesus, I forgot your name. Kelpie has the toadstone necklace and the dragon scale ring. And then who has Volt Edge?
I mean, I would take it, or if
I was gonna say,
I have the
Atticus.
glistening sun, but
Yeah, you've got a cool sword. Do you want 2 cool swords?
I mean, I would take it if nobody else wanted
2
it. I do
cool
have this
swords.
other cool sword.
You'll now have
Just-
3 long swords.
Start
If you take
right
Volt
into
Edge.
your
I'd
back.
say take it. I'm all
yeah.
for it.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
There's
We're
one
so
sword for each
close to being
situation.
The Dark Knight.
I love it.
Okay, so you guys have divvied out all of the items. I need.
Jay, none of these are going to be in D&D Beyond. They might be on somebody may have made them, and you might be able to find them in the index of stuff. But
You should also be able to, even with a free account, you should be able to create at least one item, I think.
yeah, if
You
need
so you
help
should
with
be able to
that,
create
let me
an
know.
item that tells you what it does and put it in your inventory yourself. Elburn, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh boy. 10.
Okay.
Huh?
JMO, do you do anything with the eye patch?
I'd put it on once to see how I look cool, but then I wouldn't continually.
Do you
wear
do
it.
the true sight thing, or
I would do whatever I could with it. Yeah, I would put it on, do all of that.
make a perception check?
Sure.
17.
As you are all sitting there watching, and you're looking through the eye patch, and you say the word, and it's weird because one eye is just seeing the regular world, and one eye seems to almost the world has almost a misty bluish, ethereal look to it. But you see everybody, as they are. But one of the things, something that you notice that you don't see through your other eye, is floating just above the party is a small, orange-shaped orb that is just, giving off some light, and it currently seems to be, just kind of hovering and slightly rotating around the party.
And it just looks like an orb. It doesn't like have any shape besides just a floating weird.
Floating
orange.
weird orb.
I'd go over to Avra and I'd point at it and say, "There's an orb
Yeah?
there. There."
I don't see anything.
Through this eye. So if I close that eye, I can't see anything. But
What
if
does
I
it look like?
only look at, it just looks like an orange orb.
Can
Can I throw
you
something at it?
can you? Well, I wouldn't do that. Can
Okay.
you roll a Arcana check for Avra for me, Rev? Do you mind?
Avra rolled a 10.
Avra rolled a 10. That's bare minimum, but she got it. Avra, will you cast Dispel Magic? What's her highest spell slot?
She's got most of her spells open right now. Never mind. Second level spell slot.
Okay, so
is
she's gonna
the highest.
So she's gonna cast it as a second level. I need you to roll a d20 plus her proficiency bonus plus her spellcasting modifier. So basically a spell attack.
Yep. Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay.
Way to go, Emily.
Yeah, way to go, Emily. All right. Kelpie, you see the orb just dissipate and blink out of existence. And then Avra looks to the rest of you. We were just getting scryed on.
By who?
Scry?
Do we know?
I mean,
I could guess.
I could
guess.
exactly. I could guess, but
I'm gonna send a message.
anybody that knows us knows that we send messages. They wouldn't scry on us to check on
Wait.
us.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, can someone explain what scrying is?
Basically, it allows the spellcaster to be able to see and hear as if they were right here with us.
But who? What you said? We know who this is. Like, are we thinking?
I mean, it has to be Pildor, right?
Okay, that's. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, no, I know.
I haven't been.
No, you're fine, Ray. You're fine.
Technically-
If you guys want me to send a sternly worded sending spell to Pildor, I will.
Yes, do it.
You know
do
what?
It. Tell him I'm after.
I would
Yeah,
love-
tell him to stop it.
Tell him I'm coming for him, and it's not going to be cute.
You know what? I actually
Maybe-
can't think of a reason not to tell Pharaoh to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
I mean, he
like, do
obviously
it
knows
then.
that we're coming. Well, he
True.
might not know where we are, actually. He might not. He
That's
probably
true.
doesn't.
Maybe don't tell him exactly
Mm.
where we are.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
tell
we
him
have
that.
something
And
in the
like, be
arcane.
prepared because he can respond back too. So he might say some really nasty stuff to you.
That's true.
Good.
That's really
Yeah.
mean.
Good.
You could tell him we have something of the Archmage Devis's. Maybe he'll be less inclined to attack us the second we see him once we walk into Devis.
Do we?
Yes.
Who is that?
What do we have of the Archmage of Devis?
Huh?
I don't. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Oh.
That was
okay.
such a good.
Elburn,
lie.
you are gonna
That's
have to
real.
make a deception check for me,
But I'm
buddy.
telling the truth. Hey, which part do I have to roll on?
The part that it's a lie that they don't have something from the Archmage of Devis. They have the
Okay, that's what I
fucking Archmage of Devis.
I know. That's why I was like, not that part, because that's true.
No, that is definitely a lie.
Wow. 14.
Is anybody's passive insight above a 14?
Is that?
Massive insight.
Mine is
Passive
17.
insight will be on
No.
your
Oh, wisdom.
D&D
no,
Beyond.
13.
yeah.
Mine's
Mine
15.
is a 14.
Okay, that beats it then. So Rev and Pharaoh both know that Elburn is lying, but he says it's a lie.
I don't have enough information to act on it, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
just-
clock that it's a lie.
Yeah.
Say
Like,
that
what
out loud.
the fuck is he? What are
Rev
you
says that
talking
out loud.
about?
I don't have enough information to clock.
I'm just staring at Elburn. I'm not gonna say anything. Well, I'm gonna send a message to Pildor.
Okay.
Peeping Pildor.
Wow. Okay.
You suck. I hate you. We're coming. Sometime. You'll never know when. Just be on the lookout for the heroes.
Emily in the chat
Two more.
says, "Call him a bitch."
You bitch.
God Almighty.
All right, so we end on you, bitch.
Feels weird to say that such a
Please
naughty
God.
word.
Such a naughty
Hurts
word.
on the way back, I swear.
Okay, so it takes you a second, but you hear a response. You hear the familiar voice of Pyodor come in your head. Yes. The children have come to play. Very entertaining. Please, join me. Also, give Elburn my best regards, and welcome him home for me. And that's all you hear.
None of us heard that except for him, right?
Nope, just Pharaoh heard that in his head.
What do you say? Did he say something?
Honestly, it was like pretty civil, all things considered. There was like a weird thing about Elburn. For some reason, intimated that Elburn, your home was at Devis, but
My home is Samtia.
okay.
Can I do
Yeah.
an insight check?
No,
Is it-
because he's telling the truth. His home is Santia. Actually,
That's like the
but
big
yeah, you know what?
place.
Fuck it. Give me an inside check.
Oh God.
38.
Dirty 20.
He's not lying, but you notice that he said, you make very obvious note of the fact that he said the whole continent.
I mean,
Isn't Samtia like you from his whole place? I mean, I'm new to like.
Yeah, would you say that I'm from
geography.
Erubrion?
That's far. No, that's like the slippery slope arc.
Well, where are
That's
you
not-
from in Samtia then, Elburn?
yeah.
Fine, cat's out of the bag. I'm from around Devis, but not.
Isn't
This
Devis like
city-
ruins?
Deception
Yeah.
check.
From around, I'm in the net.
Hasn't Devis been in ruins for
Deception check at disadvantage, dude. You have been lying and lying and lying about this, and it is coming to fruition.
Alright. I want to see how much lower I can get.
I get it, man. He's fighting tooth and nail.
Wow, I would have been fine.
Disadvantage.
It's the 6 as opposed to the 16.
Elburn is lying out of his ass.
What?
Like, I'm not surprised, but like,
Elburn, what's going on? Can you really? We've saved your life. We've been with you for a month now, adventuring together. Why don't you trust us?
Can you be honest for once in your fucking life, Elbert?
Yes, I'm from Devis.
Why would you lie about that?
Yeah, it's okay to be from Devis. I mean, it's ruins. there's
Wait a
nothing
minute,
there.
well, wait a
How are
minute.
you from Devis?
Yeah, wait a minute.
I don't. Yeah.
Isn't Devis?
What?
Didn't Devis get destroyed
Nobody's
like
from Devis.
1,000 years ago?
Yes, I lived there after it was destroyed.
Why?
It's been ruins for 1,000 years. You're still lying.
Okay.
How are you from there then?
Ava, did your
Your
mom
family
ever say
moved there?
people were living there?
I don't
She
talk to
said-
my. I don't talk to my mom.
Well, I mean, when she was talking to us, I don't remember if she said like. She said it was.
No,
just
she
ruins,
definitely
not that
would have
there was,
mentioned
like, a-
people there, and she did not mention any people there.
Yeah.
Elburn,
so-
what's going on?
I just told you the truth.
How
So you're
long
from
did you
Devis.
live there?
Yeah,
Yes.
you know how to way around the place.
I was born and raised in Devis and lived there after it was destroyed. Yes. It was still called Devis after it was destroyed.
Why'd
How
you live
old
in
are
a
you?
destroyed city?
I'm. How old is Pharaoh? Because I do need to know what I remember telling them. Did I ever tell you guys how old I was?
You said
I don't
you.
think so.
You said just
60 or
like
something.
a couple centuries or something.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have lied about my age. I'm around a little older than Pharaoh.
But you're a
Older
half
than
elf.
Pharaoh. Yeah, half elves don't live that long.
This has
I don't
rocked my
know.
world.
I think that you better come clean.
Avra is gonna. I'm gonna roll something for Avra. Well.
Should we be taking him back to Devis? Why are? Who are you?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said, should we be taking you back to Devis? Who are you?
Avra succeeds on a sleight of hand check to do something that Elburn does not notice. Pharaoh, Avra looks at you, and she goes,
Oh, I go over to what?
Oh my
Soda
god.
truth.
I'm now looking. I'm looking right
Yeah.
at him.
Gotcha. I go back over to Elburn and I'm like, this is a lot to come out, and I feel like we need to get it all out right now.
I immediately
cast
do a
Soda's Truth.
backflip and don't
Cast Soda Truth.
Backflip?
No, you can't cast Soda Truth.
well,
Coins go spilling out of his pockets as he tries to flip.
slow motion is like me doing that.
you lose 50 gold coins.
That's fine.
Can I?
Worth it.
Make an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
I'm also gonna cast Channel Divinity to try to ensnare him as an action.
Okay, well, motherfucker. I would say that you would only do that off the basis that it looks like he's flipping away, which means he would get
Right.
the chance to flip first.
Okay. Well, it's anybody within 10 feet. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, go ahead. At
11.
disadvantage because you have a bunch of
11,
coins in
I
your
have a
pocket.
+6.
Okay, so you backflip, but like you reverse a total of like 3 feet. You can't
15-foot radius
backflip like 15 feet. So you do that.
Almost not going to Tokyo.
You cast ensnaring. You cast ensnare.
It's Nature's Wrath, so you have to make a Strength or Dex saving throw.
Okay.
Good try.
DC 15.
That is a 16.
Okay, so
Break
he's
out.
not restrained. Casta. Also, you need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
God. This is what I get for being a bad guy thousands of years ago.
Hey, cancel.
16.
Pharaoh, does he
You
pass?
succeed. You
Ah.
succeed.
God.
So he's done some
can't
bad
run
guy
away from your
shit
problems.
a lot more recently than 1,000 years ago.
Does Avra have hold person prepared?
I was gonna say I do,
Let me check.
and I was gonna cast it, seeing people try to stop him from running away.
You're not running away, right? You just like move back. Or are you
I was trying to just get out of the zone of truth because I knew that the second that he was like, "We need to figure this out." And
Yeah, I
thought,
mean, he knows. That's fair. He knows what Pharaoh goes to.
Yeah. Elburn, we know that you're lying to us now. Like, we know something's up.
I'm not willing to travel with Elbert until he tells us what's going on.
I'm not taking him to Devis, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
I didn't want to go in the first place.
Why?
Okay, well then leave.
Can I walk over to Elburn and just like look at him in the eye and just say, sometimes it's really hard to be a part of a group, and this is one of those times.
Call back.
Can you
Emotional callback.
Can you just be the person that you were for me for yourself right now?
Oof.
Damn.
Oof. Angie, you get DM inspiration.
1d4 of psychic damage.
I'm stress eating the
What
candies.
do you for a second?
No, I was kidding.
Oh god, all of it?
Just starts to bubble
It's like
up.
fucking Violet Beauregard, but like in
She doesn't-
no colors.
She does not have hold person or like
Anything
paralyzed
similar?
or
Okay, cool,
anything,
cool.
yeah.
Thank you. Cat butt.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I fully just flipped a coin to see if I would. Be able to drive. I had no idea if I would. I just kind of stand there for a second, and I breathe out, and without like looking at anybody, I just start talking, and it's very much almost as if this is on an exhalation. After a deep inhale, just goes. I am far older than any of you understands the reasons that I will be sharing if I can make it through this. I was around when Devis was destroyed. I'm very well aware of the person who we pursue. I knew him as Savior Synax. He was a toady little fuckface at the time, and he's trying to throw some shit in my face about the fact that I was alive then, and I don't know if any of you noticed that I had a necklace around me at all.
Yep.
That's the first time I just kind of like look over at Atticus and then back down.
you're doing the right thing, Elburn, by saying this.
I look at Farrah and I go, if you say anything, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah. Avra's like.
I was about to give him a shoulder rub, but I backed off.
Like right there.
Yeah.
That was some magic that has kept me alive since the destruction of Devis. And it has recently been removed. Going through some personal things that we have gone through, Destiny and P6, as I guess we're calling ourselves, plus our new pleasant company, I indicate Ray. Yeah, I've lived a really long life full of a lot of mistakes and trials, and I'm going through a lot of things. This seal that I had on myself that kept me alive as long as it was seemingly a pretty significant curse that's just been lifted, and I don't know how to react, nor do I know how to deal with people in groups, because I helped in the downfall of my own city.
What do you mean?
I was on the side that destroyed Devis.
Elburn,
Now that's the first thing that you said that I believe.
first of all, let me just say thank you for sharing everything you just shared with us. But I do have one question. None of that explains why Pildor knows that you're from Devis.
Pildor Xavier was... Let me just double check before I start launching into an improvisation.
Yeah.
Xavier was alive at the same time, right?
Xavier was not alive during the destruction of Devis. Xavier was alive a while ago, but he's not much older than Pharaoh. He is, but not much.
I didn't know of him before.
I'll just say, you've put two and two together. The only way he knows that he has your journal, so he knows that the Archmage's name was Elburn. He not only knows that you were from Devis, he knows that you were the Archmage.
I was mentioned in the Archmage's journal a few times.
In what capacity?
I helped him to achieve...
You worked with the Archmage?
Yeah, I did, pretty closely.
How closely?
Well, we lived in the same tower.
Were you roommates or were you in love?
I think
Yeah. We were
Both? Oh.
Ooh.
I don't think that's what.
a mutual love of power was kind of a thing. What?
Atticus Aver's just like looking at you like.
I want to roll an insight check, but I don't want to roll like a bunch. Like, would I be able to just like roll?
Yeah, just roll an insight check. Yeah, roll an insight check.
14.
I don't know, man. I mean, dude's the Archmage of Devis. All signs point to it, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
And
wanted
you-
to roll.
And you also know... No, go ahead, Coffee. Give
I just
it
said
to me.
I was also wanted to do an insight, and I got a nat 20. So.
In the most innocent way. Not even really connecting what it actually means, like, to the world and to the party. Kelpie just looks at you, Elburn, and goes, "Wait, were you the Archmage of Devis?"
I think that's a yes.
And very, very quietly, he just goes, "Yes."
Holy
So much
shit!
sense. This makes so
Holy
much
shit,
sense.
this makes a lot of sense!
Wait, you're
What
older
makes the
than me?
most amount of sense to me is that
Yeah.
you are in love with yourself. I mean,
I mean, that's also not surprising.
not surprising at all. But like, god damn.
I do want to pop a divine sense to see if I notice any celestial fiend or undead. Like, just specifically looking
For
at
sure. You notice a bit of feed with Rev.
Right.
And you
Nothing
notice,
going on there.
Take off that mask, Rev. No, just kidding.
but that's it. That's it. That's all you get.
Ah, interesting.
Question then.
Yes.
No, sorry, this is Kelpie.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Sorry.
Sure.
So if you were a mage, why don't you do magic anymore?
I wasn't a mage. I was the mage.
Whoa.
You're not allowed to
Let me
lie to
put my
us and then
hand
get
down.
defensive about it.
Yeah.
I very deliberately like look up from that and look at all of you, and I'm just you don't understand the raw power that I could command with just like a snap of my fingers.
You see Abra look at you, Elburn, and you see Abra, who's probably, and I love that I can do this because she's not here. Abra is probably the like one who hates you the most in the party.
Easily.
But she looks at you with like maybe the most earnest look that she's ever given you, and she says, "I understand. There is a power behind magic that is addicting. We learn about it in school. I mean, we learn about the people who have lost themselves to the temptation that is arcane power. And, I mean, we learned about you. That's so crazy to think about, but
Yeah.
I know that it couldn't have been a fun existence.
Oh, that's the problem. It was great. It was great until the end. Because even at the end, when my city falls down around me and the holy sound of punishment comes after I have wiped out everything in the pursuit of the power that I wanted, it didn't set in that I might have made a mistake.
Do you regret it?
Yeah. And I've spent the last several centuries hating myself.
That does sound like quite a punishment.
Yeah. Imagine being able to touch the might of every god and every pantheon at the sake of everyone else that you knew and cared about you, who loved you and just wanted you to be their friend and their party member. Who just wanted a companion to help stop evil, and then to feel that power and something that I could never touch was more important than any of my friends and family. And then to walk around for the next 100 years still believing that I was in the right, and only, I don't know, a month or so ago, fully realizing that I didn't have to hate myself, and yet not being able to break out of that, I did unspeakable things. Not only the destroying of the city, but to the people that I cared about. All because they wanted to stop me from doing what I was going to do, which I would wager that Xavier might be trying to do. I've studied him for a bit. Granted, the last time I heard anything about it was over 100 years ago. going by Peeldor now, like some pretender taking on a name like I used to. It wasn't even my own. He needs to be stopped at all costs, and it just seems very fitting that it's back in Devis, and you understand why I haven't told you all the truth this entire time, though you clearly seem to have managed that on your own with how uncharismatic I am as a person. So, I'm just gonna... You know what? And I turn around and I immediately start walking in the direction of Devis, just like by myself.
Atticus would sprint after him and just give him a big old bear hug.
He like tries to resist for a second, but as
I'm much stronger than
I was like the hug, you caught me in the hug like here. Like I tried to snap you because I heard you coming, but it's like this.
I don't want to break your 1,000-year-old bones, but I'm just gonna come and bring in.
And Elburn, I will say, sorry, Farrell, go ahead.
I was just gonna go over there and say, Elburn, thank you for saying this. I had no idea, but we all care for you. I need to give you a big hug too.
I'm running up. Group hug.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
just
too.
jumps in. Well, at least, well, I shouldn't say everybody. Avery jumps in.
I don't. I still have very mixed feelings about Elburn.
But Elburn, I will say, you know, the weight that you feel lifted off your chest is immense. And not only that, but one of your worst nightmares as of late has been anyone, finding out about who you really are. And you've had nightmares of this group specifically finding out, and the way that they reacted and the hatred and viscera that they spewed at you upon learning what you did. And to know that you've lived your nightmare and it ended up being a dream that you never thought you could have. You know, they're hugging you. They're telling you that they're there for you. Not everybody, but you don't even notice that. You don't notice that Rev's not there. You don't notice that Ray's not there because you're overwhelmed by the fact that anyone would even give you the time of day after finding out who you truly were. And it's overwhelming for you. And it's just, the whole situation is overwhelming for everybody. And so because of that, we're going to take a little bio break right now.
Nice.
Cry in the bathroom.
yeah. So we're going to take a little bio break. We will be right back. Yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Get some stretching done, okay? Bye.
Stretching.
Hello. We're back. Welcome back to Charmed Persons. When we went off camera, I gave Elburn some DM inspiration for revealing his soul to the rest of the party. So, always love me some good role-playing. Sorry, I had to do that because Evan did it last time. Alright, so yeah, we just left off with Elburn kind of revealing this and the big group hug situation. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much nightfall now. And Devis awaits you in the north. And you know what all these items are. The night is yours.
And unleash the full lightning bolt into Elburn.
I still have like 10 hit points. I'm feeling pretty tired.
Yeah, I
You
could
should
definitely go to
rest.
sleep.
We'll rest right on
Yeah.
the Nexus Horde.
And then are we
Little
gonna do
nap.
the trio of horses tomorrow?
Yeah, we should
And I
all
can
do
take
that watch.
one person on Tiny with me.
I could put me and Gustav, or me and somebody else on top of Gustav.
I'd be willing to fly if no one else wants to.
Elburn, you deserve it.
VIP.
Well,
Not sure about that. That's more up to her than you, but
Oh, sorry.
Really, it's up to Tiny.
Yeah, it's up to Tiny.
That's true.
He's not here. He had to go, but
Yeah.
We don't want to speak for Tiny.
yeah, we'll ask him. I'm sure he'll be
Okay,
fine.
well, I'm gonna go to sleep. Never go to sleep.
I I
Really?
immediately
After
post
reading a
that.
chapter with Kelpie.
Yes, of course.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm
But
just gonna go to
but you do notice, Kelpie, that she's skipping some pages.
bed. That makes sense.
Oh,
I mean, not Kelpie.
But you don't know how books work.
Nope. I feel like
Um,
it's a choose your own adventure that like
Yeah,
if you like
yeah.
read it and you just go to another page.
You do evens and then you do odd pages.
Right,
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
back. Yeah.
I'm gonna start passing out candies. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take the white and black of my own, and then there's 6 left. So each of you can grab a color if you want. I'll just hold
Green.
them out to you
Green.
all.
I want green.
All right.
Was
We
there a
got-
purple one?
We got blue, gray, red, yellow, gold.
Look at this green one. It looks like a butt.
I'll just take a random one.
I don't take
You grab the gray one.
Gray
I-
one?
I don't
Take
even
the
know what it
gold
is, but
one.
I just said that.
Okay.
Are they
cool.
individually like wrapped too? Like we can, like-
They're not.
I'm
They're
gonna,
just
like-
chilling.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, should we keep these in this magic bag? Or is it gonna like melt?
Does anyone take the blue, red, or yellow one?
I take whatever Pharaoh gives me.
Avra will give the blue one. Get the blue one.
All right. Here, Kelpie, you can have the red or yellow. Which one do you want?
Yellow.
All right. Elburn, we got one more red for you if you want it.
I'm good.
I'll have his.
Okay, Kelpie, just because before I think Reva said that you were a kid, and that's just not fair. You're much more than a kid.
Yeah.
You can have 2. Here's
Literally
2
taking
candies.
candy from a
That
Two
sounds-
candies for the
that
baby.
sounds
Yeah.
like a mature.
Here's, a,
yeah.
here's my Werther originals I'm gonna give you, kid. Small child.
That's why I took the
Cool.
gold one.
Divine
Hard.
or the ribbon.
All
I've
right.
never had a gray candy before. So I'm very excited to have this.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I can't believe you
Probably
took that
tastes
one.
like giant
It
clam.
was fate decided.
Decided.
Is there a god of sweets? Is there like a god of candy?
No way.
There should be.
You think I,
was
would know?
the god of candy.
One of you
Out of
eat one of
treats.
these, please.
I
Please.
for sure ate my green one.
Okay. You
I'll eat the
eat.
yellow.
for-
I'll save the red.
You eat your green sugar
Yeah.
bomb. It tastes deliciously of a nice, crisp sour apple.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
Me too. I love sour apple. Thank God you liked it.
It's
Some
so
people don't.
good.
Some people don't like it.
It's so good.
You and I have read this over and over again.
We're doing party drugs. This game
You
fire.
Okay, yeah. You now have resistance to poison damage and advantage on ability checks to escape grapples or restraints. This is permanent.
Oh my god.
What?
Wait.
Kelpie ate the
When I
yellow
first
one,
read
she'll
the
save
item, when I
red.
first read the item, it said that it came with 3 beans, and I thought that was stupid. I was like, I'll just put one of each color, and now I understand.
Let's all sip a fire and eat these candies.
Wait, resistant to poison and
Resistant to poison damage and advantage on ability checks to escape grapples or restraints.
Nice.
How do you feel?
Permanently, you
Yeah.
have that change.
Are you dead? Did you die? Should I eat my yellow one?
what? I don't know, but I feel that as if I was grappled, that I would be fine.
That's
So-
oddly specific.
Somebody try to.
Avra would for sure eat her blue one. Avra, when she is grappling or being grappled, she deals 1d8 acid damage to the other creature.
My God, what did you give us?
How does that even work? She like ooze
Is
out of
that
her
permanent?
pores?
Made it
No,
acid.
it's
Sneezes on
permanent.
them?
This is permanent. I gave
Sorry,
these to
they're all
you. I'm
done.
not gonna go back on my word.
We're all
but
gonna
I
be
gave these
grappling
to
each
you.
other.
I was
like-
gonna
You can
say,
do
like,
whatever you want.
I just.
when
I want
I'd
it to be
asked
like
if
she
these were
sneezes on them for the
when I'd
acid
asked if these
damage.
were individually wrapped, I was like, I don't know where to put this, so I'm just gonna eat it.
Uh-huh.
So,
So
yeah,
you ate
I
yours as
definitely-
well, the gold one.
If everybody's eating them, I will eat mine.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
You
Yeah.
gain Rev gains a climbing speed equal to his movement speed.
Nice.
That's it though.
Spider-Man.
I
Um,
imagine that scene from Twilight where Edward's just flying.
Jamo, you have resistance to lightning damage and immunity against the damage from any magic missile spell.
Good God.
Oh.
That's very specific.
Good
but
luck,
that is like,
Gildor.
yeah, like
I eat the black one.
You have resistance to acid damage and can safely eat otherwise inedible and non-poisonous organic materials.
I start eating a big crab.
I have the gray one.
you're the only one who can safely hug.
The gray one is good. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened.
Nice.
Alright.
Cool.
Elburn, you sure you don't want the red one?
I already ate the red one, so
Oh, you ate the red one?
You lost out.
Which one
I
did
ate
you eat?
both.
Which one did you eat first?
I ate yellow first, and then I ate the red one.
Okay, you no longer have the abilities of the yellow one.
Oh, well, dang.
Haha. Did Albert not get one?
I
You
refuse.
didn't want
Also,
it,
I
so
need you to make
Kelvin took it.
I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God.
Ah,
Okay. I'm about to put the white one in, but I'm
Kelpie
staring at
dies.
Kelpie very intently.
Constitution.
with like revivifying a diamond.
Well, it's a nat
hand.
20.
Nat
so-
20. Nothing. You're not.
That's also my 4th nat 20 today.
That's crazy. You are not poisoned for a minute. But yeah, you
Oh,
no
that's
longer have the yellow ooze bean sugar bomb. Okay, hold on.
I need to stop eating M&Ms.
So you know, they're delicious.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's an
shit.
incorrect sentence.
I've eaten too many and
I lied, guys.
Oh.
These effects only last for a minute.
Wasting them all.
No. That's
God
my
damn
bad.
it.
That's my bad. We'll retcon that.
Can I not eat mine then?
You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. You're gonna eat yours, and you're gonna know that if you scream the word bean, you will you will have the effects of the bean that you swallowed for a minute. Okay?
Great.
If you scream the word bean,
sometime later down the line.
just any time between now and death,
Oh my
you
God.
scream the word. If you
It's
scream
like
the
a
word
safe
bean,
word, but opposite.
exactly.
Now,
But you're
how do I make a note?
now if you say
I
the word
know.
bean, JMO, you gain 1d8 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Oh.
If we can we not use the word bean, or is it just like do we have to have it with intent, or if we just casually say bean, is it gonna happen?
Yeah, that's. a
As
good
if
point.
if you're in a stealthy scenario.
It's like I want to eat some beans. Like, is
No.
that
Yeah,
gonna
you gotta.
happen?
No, you gotta find a way to say bean. in whatever situation you're in, you gotta say bean.
Oh my God.
No, I mean like if we say bean before that.
But yeah,
like,
if we say
just
it
casually.
accidentally.
Oh no, you have to have the
Yeah.
intent of the
Okay,
word bean.
okay.
Yeah,
Cool,
I understand the question now. My,
Okay, got
I
it.
apologize.
Next time I see an inedible object, I'm saying bean. I'm chowing down.
Look at that bean! Oh, damn it.
Not as advantage on.
I could
saving
just
throws
imagine
from
Pharaoh picks up a
frightened.
rock that he thinks is a bean, and he goes, "Oh, bean!" And then he realizes, "Oh, it's just a rock." But then he realizes he said the word bean, and then he eats it anyway.
Pop rocks.
All right. Is there anything that anyone does before nightfall? Great. I'm not giving you any more time to say anything. Damn it. No, go ahead,
I
Red.
go
Go
on
ahead.
watch. That's all I
Yeah, I
do.
would go and watch as well.
With the hut, you technically don't have to, unless she can't
Oh, wait,
cast
the
the
hut.
hut.
She should be able to.
I don't know what level spell it is.
That might be ritual.
3, I think.
Oh yeah, it's a ritual. I'm sure. I'm
It is
sure it's a ritual. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she can cast the hut, and you guys don't feel the need to do any watches.
No better.
Okay.
Well, Atticus is going to keep
Cool.
an eye on Elbern, just
Okay.
until Elbern falls asleep.
And then what did you say, Rev? Sorry.
I said nobody keeps us like the hut, and then I was gonna say that I want to ask Demetrius about Elburn.
Okay, yeah.
Since
So
he's-
we'll get into
Since he's an old magic casty.
we'll get
boy.
into that with your sleep knees.
Yep.
Ray, you put up a finger.
Yeah, I just like before we're all like getting settled and whatever, before I lay down, I just want to like look to Elburn and just be like, I'm proud of you. And then
I give the most Robert Redford of head nods. Just a quick
All right, so you all find yourself asleep in the hut. Kelpie cuddled up with Avra after reading their chapter. And Rev, as you're able to do at any time, and I'm assuming, probably off sessions you have done occasionally, you go to sleep with the intention of wanting to talk to Demetrius. And after a while, your consciousness fades to black, and then is rebooted as you hear the crackling of a fire, and you come to in that very... Actually, hold on. What's happening? Ooh. Ooh. Here we go. Oh. You hear the crackling of a fire as you find yourself in the very familiar circle denizen, stone damp denizen of Demetrius Frey, as he is currently sitting in front of the fireplace with a wine glass filled with a deep crimson liquid. And Elliot is sitting on the floor in front of the fireplace, legs spread out, just like gnawing on a bone. And you walk in, and Demetrius looks over at you. For a second, you do have the brief recollection of that nightmare you had with Demetrius's face facing away from you. But then he turns, and you see his surprisingly friendly face as he turns and he says, "Hey, come sit down. I'm sure those dogs are barking."
It's been a long day. I do, sit kind of casually, kind of like feeling more comfortable with this situation.
Yeah.
Want to thank you, for the gifts you've given me. I don't think I'd have made it this far without that, and I know that we've got a goal in mind. We're on the right continent, at least.
Hey, that's right. And you know what? In all fairness, I wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for you either. So it's mutual. And I know we're... listen, I've been around for quite some time. I've waited a very long time to do what I'm gonna do. I can wait a little bit longer. I think that the steps that you're taking are doing nothing but making you better at what you're able to do. And that's going to do nothing but help you get into that library a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, I'm along for the ride for now, and he seems to be enjoying himself. Elliot looks up at you and gives you a little up nod.
Speaking of being around for a long time, actually, I had a question.
Yeah.
Don't know if you heard that, but
yeah, hear everything.
Elburn is the Archmage of Devis.
I'll tell you one thing. I fucking knew that guy was a douchebag. I'll tell you that right now. He gave off really big douchebag vibes, and to find out that he is that guy, it makes a lot of sense. I'll just say that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I mean, that makes him... he's not as old as I am, but he's close. He's close, for sure. Yeah, no, I knew about the Archmage. Didn't really... I wasn't around when everything went down.
Right.
But, I heard from secondhand accounts, especially being in the realm that I exist in. What do you want to know?
I mean, too, you've been around for a long time. I'm sure you've changed in that amount of time.
Yeah.
For him to be involved in, the destruction of a city, sits a little weird with me. I know that he's, he says he's been punished by the gods, but yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing.
You know what? Sometimes you're so wise, Rev, that I forget how young you are. But you don't realize that the man that you're currently helping, the one who you just said, you will fulfill your duty to, is very similar to Elburn. I was once a guy who sought power and was good at it, and I got a lot of it. But I started seeking it in the wrong places. And then I became this. And he kind of smiles, and as he does, his fangs protrude slightly and then retract. It's a different punishment for sure. A much better one. But I've made my peace with who I was and what I am now. But this is a punishment. Don't you ever forget that. And as long as I've been waiting, and as patient and as kind as I can be, despite my visage, I want nothing more in all the planes of existence for this to stop. And if he feels a modicum of that, he's worth a little bit more of your time than you probably think.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm also a great guy. And he might not be. You know? So, I tend to trust people as far as I can throw them until I started getting really good at throwing people really far. So, I use different measurements now. That's neither here nor there. But, I would say be careful. But, don't dismiss either. You got a good head on you, Rev. I'm lucky that my satchel found its way to you. Anyway, that mask is pretty dope, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Seems like yeah.
Yeah, your friends don't really like spooky shit, do they?
No, I don't think they appreciate it. The ironic thing is, I think like Elburn like has like an aesthetic appreciation of things like that, but
Spooky's great.
Spooky's great.
I love spooky.
Yeah.
I don't have to turn into a bat. I just do. It's awesome.
I mean, if I could, I'd fucking do it.
I don't have to dress with these frills and in these dark, deep maroon colors. I do because I look fucking amazing when I do it. All right? Sorry, I know it's not your opinion. It's just
you're preaching to the converted, man.
yeah, I know. It's
Right
just
there.
God, spooky's awesome. Anyway, if you need me to change the way the mask looks, I can.
No,
But,
no, I wouldn't change that. I mean, I think it adds like a little like, it's getting
Right?
serious now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Anyway, can I get you anything like next chance I get? We just got a bunch of gold, so like if I can like,
You know what? It's good that you bring that up, because I've really, I mean, it's been about a month, and I have been, I would say, extremely generous. I would say that.
yeah. I mean, these powers. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. Would you also say that?
I'd say you've been generous. Yeah.
Okay, good, good. I'm just making sure. I'm getting a little hungry.
Yeah, that's I knew this conversation was coming.
Yeah.
I'd love to find you, yeah, some bad asshole to.
Yeah, yeah. He can be. The blood tastes the same, no matter how much the moral corruption would make you think otherwise. Yeah.
I mean, like 3 guys just walked into the storm, killed themselves for no reason. I feel like that's like 3 blood bags right there that could have been for you, but
I know. But you
try to get
see,
to them before that.
we've never really gone through this. There's a certain way this has to happen. You see, because I cannot come out of this bag. Because if I do, the people who are hunting me will immediately know where I am. So I can't get out of this bag.
Yeah.
So you have to kill the guy, drain him of his blood, and pour it in the bag.
Okay. Yeah, no, we haven't had this conversation.
So So, and if you and listen, if I could just like fast for a while, I would. But if you don't do it, every once in a while, which is like coming up kind of soon, then I can't give you all these gifts that I've been giving you. So
Yeah, no, we'll take care of this. Well, I'll find somebody.
okay, all right.
And like the party's been stocked up with like revelations about some weird shit in people's past, so I feel like they're pretty primed to just like deal with this being like.
If you think so,
if it has to, I preferably like.
That Atticus seems like a bit of a goody two shoes.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, and I think that might be a problem. Pharaoh too.
Yeah. No, Pharaoh's an idiot. Yeah, you can you can literally come up with any excuse why you're draining a guy of his blood, and he will believe you. Atticus will have some problems with it, though. Just
right,
also
yeah,
don't let the little girls see it. I just feel weird about that.
Would be
I feel
weird.
weird about the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
She's 12. Jesus.
Yeah,
She's
really
really cool. I get it.
Mm-hmm. She was like covered in so much dirt at the beginning of this that I thought she was older, like just like a short old woman.
Yeah, I mean halflings. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And no, she's
so
young. 12.
Feels very weird.
The more
I know that my kind is kind of known for like their predatory nature, but no.
Yeah.
That is not where this boot falls. Yeah. So anyway, you should come talk to me more often. This is nice.
I mean, we've been sleeping outside a couple times. It's much nicer in here, I gotta say.
Yeah, because you're still sleeping out there, but you think you're in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like I know this isn't steak kind of thing, but
yeah. Oh, also that toad necklace is super cursed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit. Say something about that, I guess, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like bad, but she's for sure not gonna be happy when she wakes up.
Oh.
Yeah. So
well,
anyway,
just see how that plays out then.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. know. There's not a lot of things that I'm good at recognizing, like right off the bat. Curses are one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
For instance, I thought that Elburn was just like really unlucky, and that he was like cursed, like with like something that like made him really unlucky. But no, he's just really that bad at talking.
Yeah, no. I knew that part wasn't a curse. I knew that part
I can't believe you thought that.
Him.
I've been around for thousands of years, and I thought there's no way someone is this bad at human discussion. But he is, for sure. Jesus Christ, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, I don't. Do I end this or you?
You want to wake up now?
Oh, I mean, like, just
You can if you want. If you want to wake up, I can wake you up.
Is it time? What time is it?
This lasts as long as it needs to. So if I wanted to wake you up right now, you'd wake up in the morning.
Oh, cool. Yeah, perfect. That's like a whole feature we haven't talked. Like you're like a call service.
Yeah, kind of. Well, also like in your mind, 10 minutes has passed, but really in real life, 8 hours has passed. So if you're one of those people that like finds sleep kind of boring, you can just come talk to me for about 10 minutes and then it's good.
Hell yeah, cool. Yeah. Because this is. I mean, I've had some weird dreams lately. This is 10
Yeah, sorry about that. Kind of comes with the,
Yeah.
I am still a dark undead creature. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's a fiend from the Nine Hells. Elliot just goes, "That's me."
All right, yeah, but yep. I guess.
Okay, and he snaps his fingers. And you wake up to birds chirping, and the day is anew. You guys have gone through the long rest, gain all of the benefits of the long rest. Kelpie, you wake up, also having gained all of the benefits of your long rest. However, you just feel so clammy. Like, you're just like...
Oh, no.
You feel like it's super humid, and you're just like... Your clothes are kind of damp, and your hands are just real clammy, and then when you look at your hands, small little webs have formed in between each finger. But that's all you immediately notice.
I look at my hands, and since I was sleeping next to Avra, I just kind of show her. And does that look weird to you?
Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay.
What's
How do you
not good?
how do you feel? And Avra just grabs Kelpie's hand and shows it to you.
Oh, that is not good.
I mean, I feel kind of like is it humid to you guys? I feel like we're in like a desert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm in
Ish.
the forest, kind of humidity, and that wouldn't be this climate. But
Does
I
Kelpie
feel
look any different?
She just looks
any other
really
difference?
like she looks slightly pale, maybe a bit of a green tint to her, and she looks really like she's glistening.
Stick your tongue out for it.
Normal tongue.
Let me get my
that's
stethoscope.
Wow.
I come out of the
Just keeps
meditation.
going like this, playing
that?
with the webs.
What's happening?
Oh
God!
yeah, Kelpie's turning into a frog, maybe?
I'm turning, but I can do that without.
Yeah, you can already turn into a frog.
No, I don't know. I've never seen something like this
I
before.
think Kelsey is turning into a frog.
What did I
Can
say?
someone see if
Like the essence of Kelpie,
Oh,
not
oh.
Kelpie and her power.
Do you
It
wanna
seems
turn
like
into a frog?
Kelpie is turning it.
Do you think if I turn into a frog and then I stop, it'll like fix it? Because I've already like
I
turned into a
wouldn't.
frog and then I can
Take
turn
off
it off.
You could try.
Take off the necklace.
should somebody see if she's dying?
No, just take
Oh,
off the
she's
necklace.
Yeah, can I
Oh.
We cannot tell her father.
Okay.
can I determine what's wrong with her?
Yeah, make an intelligence check for me.
Can
Make
I,
an immediate.
can I make an
check.
Arcana check on the necklace?
That yes.
I got a 1.
And Pharaoh is an idiot.
She's turning into a frog.
Oh my god.
27.
What are you trying to determine?
What if this is like a curse? If this is a blessing?
I'll say with a natural 20, you know that she has been cursed.
I just flatly say, you've been cursed. Like, this is a cursed necklace. You should take that
Said
off.
we shouldn't put on. Oh my god, I'm in this arm.
I said not
Do
to
you
put
feel,
it
Avra asks you, Kelpie, do you feel okay?
I think so. Besides, kind of the clammy and these things on my finger.
And yeah, you feel fine.
Well,
in. Curses
Kelpie,
don't necessarily make you feel bad until all of a sudden they do. That's how curses sometimes work. It's like a disease.
Maybe take off the I
Yes.
almost said Netflix.
Just
Necklace.
I mean,
Take it off.
it's really cool though.
Just take it off.
Kelpie, take it off. Just take it
Curse
off.
is bad. Curses are bad.
Fine. I'll take off the necklace.
You take off the necklace and nothing changes.
Cool.
okay, I could remove the curse potentially, but you got to give me like a solid 24 hours.
Okay.
You should just sleep.
Ava does have remove curse in her spell book.
Okay.
Since it's the beginning of the day, she could
Yeah.
prepare it.
Yeah, and with it being Kelpie, she probably
Yeah.
would. So Avra looks at you and she says, I could probably get rid of this if you want me to. I'm assuming you want me to? I kind of think I should. I think I should. I'm going to. And she
Okay.
Becca's really good at doing
she goes through the whole rigmarole of casting remove curse, and she touches the sides of your little chubby cheeks, and because Kelpie, in my brain, she has chubby cheeks.
Yeah.
She's a 12-year-old
Chunk.
girl.
Yeah.
And she touches your cheeks, and you all see like a slightly bluish ethereal glow emanate from the hands, like within the cheek, almost as if like there's a blue light in Kelpie's mouth. And Kelpie, you feel yourself immediately start to cool down. You feel cool because you can definitely tell that the sweat is evaporating. You look down at your hands, and the webs kind of just like slowly fade back into your fingers.
Do you think it's like a one-time curse? Can I put the necklace back on?
I wouldn't. It's a cursed necklace.
The fun thing we didn't get into is that you find no other food appetizing other than insects.
That would have been.
Did you like turning into a frog?
I mean, I like it when I do it normally. I haven't been a frog in a while.
I
or
get when you call me
sometimes
Big Papa.
Oh,
Fact.
Avra.
So sorry. Sorry.
I don't think I've ever called you that though.
Thank you for sharing that.
I think you should go back to your father.
Do not call him Big Papa though.
All right. So what are you guys up to? What are you doing?
So what do we do with the necklace then?
Just hang on to it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't put it on.
If I don't put it on, but I put it in my bag, that's okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
somebody
I
else
think
should have the
there-
Netflix.
Is there a way to like remove curses permanently from clerics? Should find that out. I think.
Is a curse
I bet you
magic?
could.
Could you like dispel it?
Can I roll
Without
an
a spelling
Arcana-
ritual.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if the item is like cursed? Like the curse makes the item. Does that make sense? Or is that a spell that would have to happen?
I would say that's knowledge beyond your recollection.
Okay.
That's not something you'd be able to remember.
Well, you're
I
still
loudly
attuned to
say
it.
That
Yeah.
to people who could do that, I very much go. If the curse is the only thing on the item that makes the item, then that's a problem, and we should get rid of it. If there's
Well, I
something-
cast the identify spell, and I didn't notice two different things. I noticed one thing.
Well, aren't
That's all
you
I
the
can
Archmage of Devis? You can't do something?
I immediately stick my tongue like in my mouth. Might be a little too soon for those. Alan.
Oh, yikes.
I used to know how to do stuff like that, but I clearly don't anymore.
Fair enough.
Why
So you're
don't-
not the mage anymore then?
Oh God,
I
stop!
roll my
Stop!
eyes.
Leave him alone.
What a jerk.
No, he deserves it. It's fine.
I wouldn't know. I've only known him for like a week.
Anyway, and Abra walks off to the side, and she
Shouldn't have
goes.
drank the last of the butt water.
She goes through her components and her somatic gestures, and in one moment reaches up towards the sky, and a cloud of mist, like this light blue grayish mist, forms in the sky and spirals down towards the ground and slams into the ground in like a plume explosion of mist, and then immediately dissipates. And as the wind, almost as if wind is being blown on top of it, and as the mist dissipates, you see standing there a very large, kind of grayish, ethereal-looking horse with very bright teal hair for a mane and a tail. And Abra looks at you all and she says, "Well, I've done my part."
She could also
Right.
cast Tensor's floating disc, and that would be like 2 more people could sit on that rather than.
That's true. How long does that last, though?
I think an hour, which is the same as Phantom
Okay.
Steed.
No, Phantom Steed's all day, isn't it? Isn't Phantom
Is it?
Steed like a... Phantom Steed's like practically Find Familiar
I
almost.
thought she couldn't lift the disc. Wasn't that a thing?
No, she just can't put it on an occupied space. That's all it was.
I think we have enough mounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have Tiny
I
and we'll
get-
have 3 horses, so I think that's good.
Well, how long is the trip?
5 days.
5 days.
Oh. Tiny can only be summoned for 3
Well, that's
hours.
5 days walking, so I mean it'll still be multiple days, but you guys can probably get there in 2.5 to 3 days
We'll
with
ride
all of
for a
these
couple
mounts.
hours every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can like people can fly on Tiny for a while, and then she can use the disc some of the times, and you guys would for sure be able to figure it out.
Because I was gonna say, would Tiny have a faster speed? So like theoretically, would that matter? Or am I thinking?
You
about
could
it?
get there faster than everybody else if you wanted to, but I was
Yeah,
assuming you'd stay with the party though,
Fly
I mean,
home
yeah,
further.
yeah, but I'm wondering like if we got ahead and then like
and then just
Hung out.
waited for them.
I guess.
Yeah, you can 100% do that. Yeah. You could fly ahead of
risky.
everybody, and then when the 3 hours ends, just kind of land and then wait for everybody to catch up to you.
Yeah.
Phantom Steed
It's
is
a side
for an
quest
hour.
going.
Oh, it is?
Find Steed is the thing that you're.
Oh, I thought she was casting Fine Steed. She casted Phantom Steed.
I will cast
Okay.
mine.
Yeah, no, you're correct. You are correct,
I don't
Ian.
know if she can.
I just got the no, she can't. I got the two spells mixed up. That was my fault. Because even when she said it, I was like, oh, I didn't know wizards could cast Find State. Like I got the spells mixed up in my head.
She can ritual cast it though, which will like add time to the trip, but like save her from having to use.
True. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
every hour she'll just need to take a quick 10
Yeah.
and cast
Damn.
it.
Honestly. I was gonna say, honestly.
I will cast Find Steed in this big horse with really long, like orange hair. So still kind of looks like those like really hairy horses.
Yeah.
One of those horses.
Kind of like one of those. What are those cows called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffy cows.
Up in the
Clydesdale?
cattle.
Yeah, but horse version. Easily enough, the horse appears, I'll say like you guys, and then there are also like when you guys are waiting for spells to recover or whatever, you can walk, for a while. So I'll say it'll take you a total of 3 days. We'll just make it an official 3 days with all of these various mounts and spell casting, to travel to the city of Devis. Is there anything that anyone wants to do in those 3 days specifically? Or do you just want to travel?
I go to Ray and just, ask, like, I don't really want to ride at Steed. Can I ride with you? Please.
I mean, Tiny is magic too.
Yeah, Tiny can only go 3 hours, so that's cool.
I mean, if you don't want me to, like, that's fine.
No, it's not like I don't want it. Like I don't care. I mean, like, not that I don't care, but like.
No, I know, I get it. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, you're totally it for sure. You can ride
Cool.
with me.
I think the fresh air.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really
Be helpful.
nice. And I like conjure Tiny.
Yeah, Tiny.
Or summon Tiny. I guess.
Yeah. He kind of like. Tiny is a magical being, but it always feels as if he's like constantly existing in the corporeal world, because as you summon him, you like look up and like the sun is very bright and the sun is shining, and out of that sunshine comes swooping Tiny as he then comes back down and lands beside you, immediately nestles his long neck up to you.
And I immediately, like, as soon as I summon him, I just like flip my back around and I go, look at this quiver.
He just like opens his mouth and like goes over to it and sniffs it.
Well, don't eat it though. Don't eat it though. And I'm saying all this in like Draconic.
Yeah.
I understand everything you're saying.
Isn't it so cute? And also, Elvin is gonna ride with us, so like, cool. Okay.
He kind of nods and.
In Draconic, I go, I'm not heavy or anything, so.
He just kind of looks over his shoulder and nods.
Oh, Tiny's here.
And then Elburn, you go to get on his back when the time comes, and he quickly like rears his head back and snips at you, and then like in what only a drake could form as laughter, it starts to like chortle and like make like a repetitive noise. Like you can tell that it's laughter, but it definitely sounds like it's a little something weird. But you can tell that he like snips at you and then kind of like laughs afterwards.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's just a big goof. He's just goofing.
He's goofing, and
then
in
I like.
Draconic, I go, please don't goof in the air.
I like elbow him. Like once we're up there, I like give him a little elbow, and I said, be cool.
He laughs a little again. And all of you make your way across the sands of the beaches that slowly become more and more of a desert on your way to the Devis ruins. 3 days pass pretty much without incident. Every once in a while.
Did want to ask Pharaoh to cast Sending to his family at some point during the 3 days, whenever he's not chatting Drigo.
Yeah, for sure. I'm assuming that can happen. Do you want to roleplay that, or is it just the classic message of like, this is where I'm going, this is where
checking and making sure they're okay?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Pharaoh, you know what he wants you to say. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Hey, Atticus, who am I saying this to? What's
I
the
say
name?
person, Dorothy, my mom. She
Dorothy.
should hopefully. She knows who you are by now.
Yeah.
You said you talked to her once.
Dorothy, it's me, Pharaoh, Atticus, doing great. I'm so proud of him, and you should be too. Just the best, honestly. We're good. Don't.
We're good, don't. We're good, don't. It's the
I look
word.
at Atticus, I'm like,
That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was really bad.
yeah,
you hear
sorry.
you hear back and you say you hear, oh, God again? Okay. If he's with you, is he dead? You said he's okay. I thought Alira was a woman. Just confused. You know, there's some other things that I could also use your help with if you're willing to talk. And like she like you can tell that she probably continued to talk for a while, but it just cuts off in the middle of a sentence.
Oh.
He thinks you're a god?
Yeah.
He didn't correct her the first time.
I should probably clear that up.
Can you, yeah, if you have the spell, I would love it if you could clear it up.
Okay, it's fine. I talk to Drigo every night. He did it one night.
You ask
guess
Abra to
that's-
send him a message instead.
Can I borrow your phone?
Dorothy, hey. Crazy mix-up. I am not God. Just a guy. An elf. Atticus, alive. And kicking.
Oh yeah, that's it. Atticus alive. Oh, you're friends of Atticus's. Okay, good. Tell him we're okay. We miss him. Especially Georgia. We're still here in Pine Drift. How's he doing? Is he Cuts off.
She keeps asking me questions.
It's alright, you don't have to send a message back.
Alright, I relay all that information to you.
Okay, I really appreciate it.
As you guys continue to ride throughout the deserts, Elburn, you start to feel just heavier and heavier the closer you get. And for the first time, this heaviness is not put on you by a third party. It's put on you by yourself. It's not some ethereal, otherworldly punishment. It's just the dark reminder of your past. As you get closer and closer to the city of Devis. Eventually, you guys rest over this like red sandstone cliff that looks down into a valley not too far below. And there, down below in this valley, you see what used to be the city of Devis. Sandstone buildings, most of them crumbled to nothing. You do see in the very center of the city half of a tower that is still standing. The top of the tower seemingly exploded off, not anywhere in sight. Even from here, along the ground, you see scorch marks emanating from that tower. All of the buildings just destroyed. Some kind of standing, but not really. Literally, like cliche, a tumbleweed passes by. It is a barren wasteland of a city. And just below you, about a half mile away, is the ruins of Devis.
You did this?
Am I still in the air with Ray?
Huh?
Am I still in the
I'll
air?
say it. I'll say it. At this point, like Tiny landed on the edge of the cliff. Like you're all very poetically in a line, looking over the cliff.
That's our trailer.
Yeah, it's definitely a poster shot.
I kind of like glance at Atticus, breathe out, and immediately start to find a way down to walk towards the ruins.
Ooh, love that, Ian. Yes.
Lead the way.
I
Was
just kind of
there-
like unconsciously do.
Go ahead.
Follow him down there.
Just a side question. Was there the journal or something that he took, that Pildor took? And I asked because I have activated find object as a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kelpie wants to like see if there's a way that they can see where he is or
Yeah.
where he's.
You mean
been up.
prepared it, right? You haven't cast the
Yes,
spell.
yes. No, I haven't cast it yet.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we're close enough.
Totally.
But I can't remember if there would be something that like he took that I saw, or like something on his person that could count as that. You know, that
Nothing
kind of
he
thing.
took. Nothing he took. But I would say a dude like Pildor, I mean, I never described it, but a dude like Pildor would have like a ring, or like various rings maybe, or like a necklace medallion that you could have remembered him wearing.
Okay.
That you could use that for.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, Avra does have non-detection.
What's non-detection?
So just to protect from being scryed.
Oh, okay,
for
yeah.
8 hours. Yeah,
She
so
definitely would have.
probably like at least like during that final approach.
Oh, for sure, definitely would have cast that spell. Probably once per day as you guys were traveling. I will say it's towards the evening of the third day, which means Kelpie, you've used both wild shapes because you're currently a horse, and Avra at the very least cast non-detection, and
Phantom Steed.
and
I guess
Phantom.
that's a ritual.
Yeah, that's a ritual. And then Angie, you're an hour left in your summoning of Tiny.
Yeah.
I'll say. Actually, yeah, an hour. And is there anything else I don't think anything else anybody would have done anything for traveling or anything like that, right? Okay. So just know that those are the conditions that you're coming into these ruins. So you almost instinctively follow a path that is on its way down the cliff, even though it's hard to see. You know that it's there just in your own muscle memory and bones, and you lead the party down that path. Tiny and Ray just swoop down the cliff, and you all eventually get closer within the city. You're pretty much on the edge of the city itself. It's not a very large city, or at least what's left of it is not. It's weird. It's like, it seems to be that the closer you get to the tower, the more intact the buildings are, which is strange because the explosion clearly emanates from the tower. So just a weird thing that you know. Is there anything that you do as you get into the city?
Do we find a place to sleep inside the city? Elburn, do you know of a safe place?
I don't really talk. I just like turn around, like acknowledging that Pharaoh said something, and I just keep moving ahead.
And I will say, Pharaoh, as you're looking around, the only building that has what looks like maybe completely four walls is the tower. Not that you have to sleep in a place with four walls. I'm just saying.
Could you hold up a second?
I just stop.
You can't give us the silent treatment while we're here. We need your help more than anybody else's.
Then just follow me. We need to keep him.
Where are we going?
And I point directly at the tower.
You don't think he's going to be in the tower?
Of
Maybe
course
we
he
should-
is, but isn't that why we're here?
Maybe we should
Didn't we
rest
wanna
up
rest?
a little.
I mean,
I'm fine.
I just know that time is of the essence, and we already lost, a few days from the
I
crash.
agree.
And
Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm fine if everybody else is good to go. I'm good to
I mean, I've lost a couple spells, but maybe a short rest.
Yeah.
You can see Kelfie's horse head nod for short rest.
Yeah, let's take a short rest.
Yeah, so they take we'll just say right on the outskirts of the city, you guys just kind of chill for about an hour.
I'll keep a lookout.
I don't know
anything.
specifically what arcane recovery is.
You gain back a third level spell slot or the equivalent of that number. Like you can gain back.
Cool. So what is
first levels.
non-detect?
Non-detect is the third level, so she could use that to gain that back.
So I think that she'll go ahead and be okay with casting. Oh yeah, Phantom Speed was a ritual. So yeah, so she'll just get non-detect back, and she should have all spell slots, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool.
she's going in fully.
So and then Kelpie gets her wild shapes back, so everybody should be good, other than Tiny, but he has an hour left. Oh wait, no, but at the end of the short rest, is it just 3 hours once per day?
Yeah.
You don't get it back after a short rest?
No, it's only a long rest.
It's not up to her. It's Tiny. Tiny's tired.
That just seems kind of strange.
She needs a break.
There's a lot of once per day things.
I
for the
can
next day at dawn.
expend in like moments of emergency. I can expend a first level spell slot if I need to.
But also, do you want a flying creature in a tower? I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe.
quick escape.
You can use the spell slot though. You said.
I can, yeah.
What level does that have to be?
First level.
Okay, good. That's good. That's not too bad.
Yeah. I have a lot of
do
those.
divine sense. It's within 60 feet. Wherever we stop, celestial fiend or undead.
You get no, other than the fiend from Rev, you get no pings of anything else. Evan's undead. Elburn's undead. What?
How far? Well, not anymore. How far are we away from the tower?
You are.
Whoa.
God.
Was that
Like
cross
1,500 feet
actually?
away.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere like around where we could get a higher vantage point, I assume.
No, not unless you get closer.
There's.
I do.
I think Ava probably would have prepared detect magic. If
Yeah.
we're looking for a magical person and like going into a magical person's tower.
Yeah. What's the range on detect magic? Because she might wait until you're closer to the tower.
30 feet.
Okay, yeah. So she'll wait until you're closer to the tower. Right now, you're still about 1,500 feet away.
And it lasts up to 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. She'll wait until you get a little bit closer.
And it's she can ritual cast that as well.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
I could send Gustav in there, or like have him go inspect the tower.
I don't think we should
stick
send
together.
anything in there that gives away that we're here now.
Yeah, as long as everybody's. Like,
I would
within
say
about
I
10
should
feet
not
of,
sneak in.
Of Avra non-detection should keep people protected from being scribed.
Yeah.
If you all want me to go ahead, I can take a lap on Tiny and see and make sure.
I mean, a flying creature in the city is going to be pretty obvious.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we might
have
risk it.
pass without trace, so I could.
I'm assuming that his detections, if
Yeah.
he's trying to do what he's probably trying to do, which is gain some sort of power, he's probably powerful enough to detect through that kind of stuff.
Well, I cannot
I would have
be
matched
tracked.
out with
Oh,
you.
except by magical means. No, no.
I'm just gonna assume that Pildor knows that we're here.
He knew
Well-
that we were close. If he was able to scry us, we were not that far out of the city when he found us that way.
I mean,
Um,
if we know that if he knows that we're here and we know that he's here, if I do a lab, like I'm taking the risk and I'm ready to protect myself.
I mean, he's pretty powerful.
I have
You weren't with him when we went up against him. He could take you out of the sky like nothing.
I have the clairvoyance spell prepared, and I can choose a point within 1 mile and create an invisible sensor to hear or see through. I don't really know the tower, so I would just be guessing where to put it inside the tower.
I mean, we do know somebody who does know the tower that you can ask.
Yeah, what's the
Describe
layout?
it in detail.
Yeah, can you
Floor
draw
plan.
blueprints for us?
It's actually shaped like a giant penis if you look at it just right.
Oh my god.
What? Yeah. What?
Jeff Bezos
What
right
would I? What could I tell Pharaoh?
It's hard to tell, but from here it looks like the tower has the main floor intact, but then none of the upper floors are there anymore. But you do have a sub level, and you do know that that sub level was often used by you as your like. I don't want to say study because that gives it a little bit like it's definitely a little bit messier and more magic-y than that, but yeah.
There's an area underneath that I used to, when I wasn't at the top of the tower, that I stayed in to kind of seal myself, to study scrolls and manuscripts and all of that. It's underneath the main floor, which last I remember it was still intact. I would wager that he's probably in there since there's not much left. So
Well,
maybe you could cast it there.
I could cast it there. I mean, if he can see invisible objects, I don't know how powerful it is. He'd be able to know if he looked around.
It's fine if we can get some sort. If we can make it scramble, then that's something. But I'm assuming he'll have a spell in place to perceive that. If he perceived the fact that a spider had come into his study and he could force change.
Can we wait until the end of the long rest? Or short rest?
Yeah. I'd still like to get physical
It's the,
damage.
we're just gonna say it's the end of the short rest.
I can see if he's actually, or at least, I mean, I got a pretty close look at him, and he had this medallion on him, and so I can try to find that medallion and actually confirm if he's even in there.
How would you do that?
I feel like I have some sort of magic thing that can find it.
As long as you don't go in there.
No, I would just cast it from here as long as I think I have to be maybe 1,000 feet from the just like a rough guess. But
An oddly specific rough guess.
yes.
Yeah, maybe if you want to do that, that would be helpful. Maybe.
Move towards the tower.
Okay,
get
so you guys
exactly 1,000
move.
feet away.
Yeah, you guys move a little
Got my
over
measuring stick.
a little over 500 feet closer. The closer you get, Elburn, the more you want to just run into that tower. The buildings, although pretty much completely destroyed, definitely strike you with a nostalgia that is at the very beginning of the feeling pleasant, and then immediately overtaken by just guilt and turmoil. Kelpie, as you get close enough, do you cast a spell?
Mm-hmm.
You cast a spell, and you focus on this emerald ring that Pildor wore as the head of the Emerald Union, and you get that the location is about 1,000 feet in front of you and down.
I think he's about 1,000 feet in front of us and down, or he left his ring on a table there.
Then he's probably in my this
Yeah.
study area, and I just start walking toward it.
Elburn, let's just wait a little bit longer. Let's just wait a little bit longer, Elburn.
Are we doing this or what?
Can we
Or
see?
wait?
Maybe we should have Pharaoh see what's in there first.
Yeah. Let me.
We can get eyes in there. Yeah, why wouldn't we do that?
Yeah. I'll cast clairvoyance on what I perceive to be that lower level.
Okay, roll an intelligence check for me to see how well you can place this. And I will say,
problem.
with the assistance of Kelpie's locate object spell, you can roll it at advantage.
Okay. No problem. With advantage, that's a 9.
Wow.
Okay. You appear. You appear, or your eyes glaze over, and his scar is glowing slightly as you all look at Pharaoh, and your vision is suddenly taken to this room. Immediately in front of you is just stone. But it looks like carved cylindrical stone. And you look to your left, and you see that you are in a large antechamber, and the majority of your vision is blocked off. But the one thing that you do see is there is a large stone slab in one of the sides of this room. And you hear it first before you see it. You hear the roaring of flame and energy. And then you hear an actual roar that sounds extremely far away, but also sounds like it's the loudest noise you've ever heard in your life. And you look to your left, and in a flaming circular sphere, it's kind of hard to see from the angle that you're at. It almost looks completely flat, as if it's two-dimensional. But it's angled just enough that you can see a portal that is swirling in front of this slab. And you see Pildor moving his hands while one hand holds a large tome. And that's what you see in here.
Okay, well, I shouldn't have got the obstructed view. I should have splurged on better tickets to the show. It looks like there's a portal. He's maybe summoning something that's very, very loud. Maybe we should...
I immediately turn and run directly towards the tower. The second he said he's summoning something.
Yeah, I think we should probably hurry.
Yeah.
I for sure
Still running.
will like sweep down like on Tiny and like scoop him up to get there faster.
Okay, yeah, you immediately, Tiny, like, has been kind of circling above you. You summon him, he sleeps down, you just jump, you're sprinting, and you just jump up in the air, not even looking behind you. Tiny lands underneath you and starts carrying you. And then, Tiny, Elburn, you don't even realize, it happens faster than you realize. Tiny grabs you by the shoulders with his claws, flings you upward, and then immediately dives so that he can also catch you on his back, and then both of you start flying towards this tower.
When that happens, though, I do go like this so that my hair is perfectly flowing.
Yes.
As you are flying towards the tower, sorry, just a second. Wait, what?
Ugh.
As you are flying just like 10 feet above the ground, gliding through the ruins on either side of you, Elburn, you see it first. Out from beside one of these buildings, this figure floating in an ethereal white light floats from behind one of the broken stone walls. And you're flying fast. You're getting closer and closer to it without even... I mean, it steps out practically right in front of you guys, but time is moving in such a slow motion. As you get closer and closer, and the figure turns towards you. And the figure is hovering, floating. It has long robes and long flowing hair that all seem to be free moving, almost as if the person is underwater, but still floating there in the air. It is the visage of a woman. Elburn, it is the visage of her. But it is a visage that is twisted and horrified. Her face is still that face that you have tried to forget for a millennia, but it has been rotted and tortured with sorrow. in grief, as behind where her eyes are is blackness. And she looks to you, her mouth slowly becoming agape, her eyebrows furrowing in a sorrowful glare towards you as the jaw continues to fall and continues to open further and further, as low as her chest. And you hear, coming from this figure, a high-pitched whistle-like tone. Not even a scream, just a pure whistle that soars through the air and radiates within both of you. I need both Ray and Elburn to make a wisdom saving throw. Elburn, yours is at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Guessing they're not within 10 feet of me.
They are not within 10 feet of you, no.
Okay. He's dead.
I rolled 2 natural 20s!
There's no way. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. There's no way. I don't believe you, dude.
I swear to God.
There's no way you rolled 2 natural 20s, man.
I will gently. I swear to you.
I believe you. I'm just kidding.
That will never happen again.
Angie, what'd you get?
17.
17. So both of you succeed. You do not feel yourself become frightened by this target, or by this, what I'll now call a ghost. But I do need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, snap.
Watch me roll a 1 right now. Lol.
I'm ready to go.
What a time to roll 2 natural 20s. I feel like it was destiny.
That's so funny. Like the fact, like the first one, I was like, oh well, fuck, I'm screwed now. Just again, I'll never be this good again.
What I miss about being
That
in
was it.
person is to like see those.
I want to see that moment.
Yeah.
Do you want to use your DM inspiration to see if you can roll 3?
Oh, yeah.
If you do that, then you guys just win the game. You win.
And the world was fine. Everybody got and all the oral sex.
Okay,
Say all
let me
the oral sex.
Yeah.
pull this up.
the quintessential end of every D&D campaign.
Alrighty,
Oral
Rev,
sex.
what do we got, buddy?
Level 20 oral.
Rev got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, and then Avra?
Elliot got a 14.
Oh, thank you for Elliot, yes.
And Avra got a 13.
13, alright. And then we got Pharaoh.
11. A proud 11.
Healthy.
16.
16, Atticus.
15.
15, Ray.
22.
22, and Elburn.
13.
13. Okay, your dex is... what's your dex, Avra, and what's your dex, Elburn?
Mine's 16.
I think hers is pretty high, too. What's her dex?
I think it's 15. Because we did this last time. We always end up rolling the attacks.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say Avra's?
Yeah, sorry, no worries.
Oh, yeah. No, Avra is 18, so it's plus 4.
Oh, shit.
Avra's
Yep,
more
that's why
dexterous than you.
I was like, fucking what?
Yeah, she
Shocking.
originally was gonna be a ranger with those stats, and then decided not to. Anyway, that's y'all, and then I need to roll for... Okay.
The ghost. That's the only enemy we're facing.
All right. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right, top of the turn order, we've got Ray. Ray, you are currently flying on Tiny. This ghost... Oh, wait, sorry. What am I doing? I have a map for y'all.
Gotta put ourselves on the
Show me the... horrible place.
Sexual.
Hmm.
Okay, so
I tried to be much better
this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, Ray and Elburn, get yourselves on there.
I think I'm gonna need help getting a version.
Yeah, I can move. Ray.
Oh no, actually, I think I can. Oh, never mind.
Which direction are we coming from?
You are coming from down here, down at the bottom. So, Ray and we're gonna say that you three, everybody else that isn't Ray and Elburn, your first full movement will get you to the very bottom of this map.
Is Gustav down here? Could he not make it down here?
Gustav is down there, yeah. If you wanted him
Could I
to be.
riding? Yeah, I want to. If he was down there, I'd be riding Gustav. In there
For sure, yeah.
since we're
Tiny's
all
still
here.
faster. I assumed you guys jumped
yeah,
on your
for sure.
horses.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the three of you are right there. Yeah, so that's good. And then I can. Do you want to? Yeah, that's probably gonna be easiest. So if, I'm just gonna. Here, watch this. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, that's not what it was. It's this. That one's Abra,
Oh,
Rep.
nice.
Got that teal color for you. Okay, so top of the turn order, Ray. The ghost is where you see it.
Oh, what the fuck am I gonna do with a ghost? Ugh. Well, I'm probably sure that I can't like hit it with a spear or some shit. But like, I wasn't prepared. I'm gonna just like out of habit when combat strikes, I'm gonna go ahead and just launch a longbow at it.
Yeah, are you gonna use one of your special arrows or are you using a regular arrow?
No, I'm gonna use a regular arrow for now because
Okay.
I think it is habit, and so habitually I would go for my regular, and
Totally.
it doesn't make sense to try something new on this bad boy.
Roll that attack. Or your first one, I should say.
Ooh. It's gonna be a 16 plus 9.
Hits.
All right, hitting a ghost with some arrows. Childhood dreams coming true. All right, 8. That's gonna be an 8 damage.
8 damage, okay.
And I am gonna launch another one at it. Seeing that the first one hit, I am gonna pluck one of those special arrows off of my new.
I will say, when you notice the first arrow hit, you notice it go right through the ghost, and it definitely does like pause for a moment, and the ghost seems to react, but it doesn't do quite as much damage as you wanted it to. But you have but you have intuition that maybe a magical arrow will be better at that.
Yeah. I'm seeing that it's affected.
Yeah, but it was still affected even without the magic. Just not maybe as much. Be candid, it took half damage.
Took what and where?
It took half damage, so it took 4 points of damage. So you'll get a +2 on this.
But still with my.
But still regular attack, yeah. Just regular attack +2.
So it's gonna be a 17 to hit.
17
so
hits
19,
for sure. Yeah.
So 19 and then. Oh no! Bye dice. I threw it instead of rolling it. It's gonna be for the 10 points of damage from the magical.
Nice. 10 points of damage. The arrow you notice like actually stick into the ghost, and then like fall towards the ground, and it like kind of like roars in pain, and as you notice that it takes the full amount of that damage.
Bless. I'm gonna use my bonus. No, I'm just gonna continue to move with Elburn closer to.
Yeah, you
it,
can
but
technically get right up next to it, so it's up to it's wherever you want to go.
I kind of want to go.
Elburn, if you want to use your reaction for some reason to get off
Yeah.
the dragon, you can.
I am going to. I'm going
Okay.
to, for sure, I'll move up behind her. And just like, as Tiny's like going down, like toward that direction, I just kind of normally hop off.
But in front of the ghost still.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, totally. Just making
I'll
sure.
do, like,
No, yeah, you're totally fine. Just making sure that's what you were doing. So
and
yeah. And so that's your turn?
That's my turn.
Then we got Rev, and then Kelpie will be on deck.
Okay, Rev.
So full movement will get you to the edge of the map.
Right.
Not like dash or anything, just movement.
Yep. If that's the case, then he's going to use his dash to move further in and kind of hug the corner of this building.
Okay.
Using his bonus action to dash.
Okay.
And then he's still out of range, but he's going to tap into his ability to attack at range using Eldritch Blast.
Okay, yeah.
For a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And then that's 2 bolts, and a 23 should also hit then.
Ooh, yeah.
So that is...
Surprisingly, the higher roll does not hit.
That is 11 points total of force.
Yeah, I mean, you notice the like, you reach down, kind of like bringing your fist inward, and you force it out in this like blackish reddish arcane energy, almost leaving like a smoke trail behind it, shoots through the air, and you see them leave actual like holes for brief moments in the figure of this ghost as it did a lot of damage. And yeah, that's it.
And then I guess kind of looking around, is this stone open to the tower?
It
Like,
is,
or
yes.
is it...
So this like stone rebel that is right there, yeah, that is an opening into the tower. So you can see
Did
inside.
that get really quiet for anybody else? Yeah, I think you might have nudged your microphone out.
That's weird.
Yeah, you're on NPR right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it now better?
No,
Yes,
it's better.
that's better.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Yes, it is a yes, that is an opening to the tower. You can see inside there.
Cool. And that's that's all I'm doing. I'm keeping Elliot kind of like on my shoulder, so he's moving with me.
Okay. All right. So, out of the side of the two buildings appear 2 more ghosts
Is it her?
that float outwards.
They're also her.
They are also her.
Triple hers.
Hey, this is too intense.
Joaquin Phoenix.
A slew of exes.
First of all, she will float straight towards you, Elburn. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, nope, that's the one that gets me. For sure. For sure. And like I said, a natural 1.
She stares at you, and in a quick motion reaches out and grabs your face. And that is the last thing you remember, Elburn, as the rest of you see the ghost shove itself into Elburn's mouth, his back shooting out, his jaw opening as the ghost flows into Elburn's body. And Elburn, I now
control you.
You are now possessed.
Oh,
Finally.
I can finally do my backwards down the stairs crab walk.
Is that a bonus action?
Yes, it is.
You
My name is now Emily Rose.
I need you to make an acrobatics check.
There, before the crab walk.
Yeah. Math 14.
14. Ray, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is so awful.
Yes. I had something that might have.
20 dirty.
20. So, Elburn comes sprinting at you and jumps in the air to tackle you off of Tiny, but you dodge last second and he jumps over the air, barely missing you.
I did see him get possessed, though, yeah.
You saw the ghost go inside of him, yeah. And then that is the end of that ghost's turn. I will now remove this ghost from the field for right now. This ghost is going to float its way over and up to Ray. Ray, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, that's also my worst one. You've seen Elburn and I talk to each other. Does DM inspiration?
Yeah, you can just re-roll it.
It's a 12.
12. Similarly, you see Ray's mouth shoot open as the ghost shoves itself into her body. Ray, as you are on the back of Tiny, you immediately look to your left. I need you to make a bow attack against Rev.
I've never attacked a fellow party member when I was.
It's okay. You won't hit
Get
me.
used to it. I did when I fought Fieldor too.
And that is going to be a 14 plus 9 to hit.
14 plus 9? Why do you have to be so
20.
good at this?
Because I'm amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a bad start.
Lucky to keep that from happening.
Started with two.
But I feel like that would be a waste because you have a plus 9 to hit. So, yeah, that I'll take that.
It's just a regular arrow though, so go ahead and roll damage for a regular arrow.
11 points of damage.
Fun.
11 points of damage. Oh, also, I forgot, Rev, at the beginning of your turn, I needed you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yes, Rev.
Okay.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you get a +4.
He's not.
I don't know where you are. Where are you?
He's up. He's upwards.
Moved
Oh,
left
that's right, you
away
already
from
moved.
me.
Okay.
Wisdom saving.
No.
Okay. I thought you were still back here.
16?
Okay, you are not frightened by the ghost.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you took 11 points of damage. That is the end of that ghost's turn. This ghost is then going to see that both of his friends were successful. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. And he's going to walk over here to Rev.
Actually, it has to make a wisdom saving throw. And this sounds like a joke. It has to make a wisdom saving throw to see if it can target me, or it has to choose somebody else.
Okay, yeah.
Because my patron is undead, so all undead things have to.
Oh, that makes
have
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, against my spell attack.
They're
so it
not
has
very
to-
wise. Oh, but it did get a dirty 20.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it can attack me.
So it attacks you. It doesn't try to possess you. It's just going to swing at you with its arm as it swipes at you. Hey, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Ghost!
Everything's fine.
The ghost with the most.
And it gets a dirty 20 to hit. And does...
I'm gonna lucky it. I'm gonna make it reroll.
Okay, yeah. And that is a 14.
So that misses.
Okay, cool. So that misses.
Ghost might-
So yeah, it swipes at you, and you like kind of feel like you see the ghost like swipe at you and enter your chest, and like you feel the damage that it causes, and then briefly you're back to reality right before it swipes at you, as if you like knew that it was going to happen and you dodge out of the way last second. And that is the end of the ghost's turn. Kelpie, you're up. And
boy.
Atticus, you're on deck.
Do I have to roll if I'm scared, or is that an everyone thing?
Yeah,
or just
once you
certain
get there,
people?
you do. Yeah.
Okay.
So you use your full movement to get to the edge of the map, and then make a wisdom saving throw.
I get Well, I
And
get
yours
advantage,
needs
but-
to be you also have disadvantage because you're 12 years old.
Okay, well I have an advantage because I'm a halfling.
Okay, cool. Well, what, is it an advantage of being frightened?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
I think it's because I'm a halfling. I don't know. It's on my character.
I
sheet.
believe you. It's just a straight roll. It's just a straight roll for you then.
Okay, great. It's a nat 20. Because...
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Today is Nat 20 day.
I know. It's crazy.
I really wanted you to. I really wanted you to feel that really bad.
Damn.
Okay. So I used all my movement, and that's as close as I can get to that thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm so mad at you for succeeding that. And you might see why.
Okay. Erupting Earth will do nothing because they're ghosts and probably not on the ground too much.
No, you do notice they are hovering and not touching the ground.
Yeah.
Their speed is technically
So-
0, but they have a flying speed of 40.
When I wild shape,
Yes,
do
ma'am.
Do I lose concentration on spells I cast before wild shape?
Nope, that is specifically a Circle of the Moon ability that you have where you can cast a spell and keep concentration upon wild shaping.
Amazing.
At least, I think it's Circle of the Moon. It might just be Druid in general.
Then I would like to cast Summon Fae.
Okay.
And I would like to cast it. Oop, oop, oop. Where's my map? There's my map. I would like to cast my little creature in front of me, just next to me.
Okay.
I don't have that. That's why. It's right here. And then the spell's language is a little confusing to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Because, so with the like mood,
Yeah.
I can't tell if. So I choose a mood at the very beginning of casting. It's not every time it phase steps. It can do one of those 3. If that makes sense.
Yeah, hold on.
As a
I'm looking
bonus
at it.
action.
No, it's just you choose one mood for the whole existence
Okay.
of the Fae. Yeah.
Cool. Then it's going to be fuming,
Okay, yeah.
so it can attack these ghosties.
So yeah, you kind of reach out and you think to yourself, oh, we could really use some help here. And you hear like a giggle in that moment, followed by a "Ugh," and you look to your right and you see this little satyr that's standing next to you. It looks to be a little bit more corporeal, but it's about your size, and if you don't know what a satyr is, that's a human top half with goat legs at the bottom, and it has little horns, just like a leather vest on itself, with a little dagger, and it looks over you. I'm mad.
Elfie takes a moment to be like, this is amazing. And then we'll have, as her bonus action, because the Fae takes its action after mine.
Yes.
So I'll finish my turn and bonus action wild shape into a Vesnian.
Okay, great.
And then I will have the Fae
Mm-hmm.
use its Fae step to get on the opposite side of this ghosty, so over here, so it's flanking. Well, actually, yeah. Just behind it, Fae step, and then it'll have advantage on its little short sword attack.
Boop. There he is.
Nice.
Oh, look at him.
You want him to have advantage, and then he makes a little short swordy attack.
Yeah, I think that's just his normal. He just has a melee attack with a short multi-attack. The Fae makes a number of attacks equal to half the spell's level rounded down. Still only one.
Yeah.
Because it's a 3rd level spell.
So yeah, go ahead and
It's
make
just
a
melee attack.
make an attack with him.
Okay, so that is a. Do I have any modifiers on it?
Your
Or just
spell
be my-
attack, your spell attack modifier to hit is what it says.
Oh, I'm messed it. Okay, then it's an 18.
18 for sure hits. So it's a d6 plus 3 plus the spell's level, which is 6. So a d6 plus 6.
Damn it, I rolled a 1. So 7 piercing and then
7 piercing and then
4 force.
4 force. And I will say, even though it just says regular piercing, it's from a summoned fae. I'm going to go ahead and call it magical.
Yes.
So you do a total of, what was that?
So it was 7
plus 4. So 11.
Plus 4, so yeah.
So yeah, you notice that the satyr like digs its dagger into the back of the ghost. The ghost screams very loudly as the damage is taken. Boom. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, because I used my bonus action to wild shape, and I did all of that. So yes.
All right, Atticus, you run on up. Elliot's on deck.
I am. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I am on Gustav, which I was looking at mounted combat, and intelligent creatures, which he would be, because he's my steed. It can move independently from my action and dash. So would I be able to move up further without using any of my?
Yes.
Yeah, it has a 60 feet movement.
Yes, I will say that. But as soon as you get onto the map, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
For sure. Which I'm pretty good at.
Sorry, wisdom.
Still okay.
Yeah, you're probably not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Shit, we're doing. 15.
15 succeeds. You're not frightened.
How far would I be able to make it up without using my movement?
What's the speed of the horse?
60, because it takes half my movement to get off the horse.
I mean, you can make it all the way up here if you wanted to.
Without using any of my movement?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So anywhere between the edge of the map and there.
So I will get off.
Oh no! I just now realized that the. Oh my gosh! We got a. We got a raid 30 minutes ago. Thank you so much. If any of you are still here, apologies. I don't know if you clicked on the chat, but it does say that we don't really respond to messages during the session. We respond at like intermissions and stuff. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Chaotician. Would you say Chaotician? Chaotician Rider. Thank you so much. Much appreciated for the raid, and thanks for the follows, and welcome to the stream. But I just realized that you guys aren't seeing this wonderful battle map, so I have to show it to you. That stinks that I wasn't showing it to you.
One time we had people watching us sag.
I know, right?
Kidding,
Goodness. Okay, so yeah, you've made it up to there.
Okay. Then I will use half my movement to jump off, so that'll be the horse. And then I will move. Is there a ghost there, or is that?
Nope, I just deleted him.
There?
He's
Got it.
He's not there.
But I saw Elburn get possessed.
You saw both of them get possessed, yeah.
Cool. I'll step up to Elburn. I'm gonna bonus action cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
Which just gives me an extra 1d4 of radiant damage on each of my attacks.
Okay.
And then I'll just say, you know what, I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while, and I'm just gonna non-lethal damage, just kind of hit Elburn.
All right, roll a d20. Oh wait, that's Ray that you're beside.
Oh,
Elburn's further up.
No, 5, 10.
You can get there.
I could, yeah.
You can get there.
I'll do that. I'm using the voltage, so that'd be 16.
The 16 hit your AC, Elburn?
Elburn?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Does.
Just hits.
Do you want it to do the
Awesome.
lightning damage still? Actually, it just does the lightning damage.
It just
so,
does it, right? So yeah, I do a 1d8, 1d4, and 1d6 damage.
Yes.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Love that.
So
Love
it's going to
having
be
the
7, 12, 14 points of damage.
cute.
14 points of damage. Great.
Come back to me, Elburn.
Let me make sure.
If I don't die before then.
I'll heal you.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nope, no saving throw repeated.
Oh. Shit. I was hoping that it would. Then I will. Can I use? No, I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Yeah, do it again. Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I want to help you.
I wish I could tell you this, but
13.
No. If you miss, would I attack him?
You already used your reaction to jump off of the the Drake, but then you had your turn, which means you got your reaction back. So if he misses,
I haven't had a turn.
You haven't. Oh yeah, you haven't had a turn. So no, you use your reaction to jump off Tiny. So you do not have a reaction to use your repose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty. Elliot, Avra, you're on deck. What's Elliot up to?
I get to have so many turns this game. Elliot has seen this thing try to scare me, and he's going to try and scare it back.
Oh, okay.
Probably is not going to do anything, but he's going to go for it.
Yeah.
So that needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is he trying to frighten the ghost?
He's trying to frighten the ghost.
The ghost is immune to being frightened.
Yep, that's what I figured.
But hey, Elliot gave it his best shot. He just jumps on your shoulder and he makes himself become visible.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck off! And the ghost just kind of tilts its head, looking at the creature.
I gotta say that is exactly what I pictured.
Yeah.
When I said that.
Great. Okay, so I'm assuming that's Elliot's turn. Does he stay with you, or does he go somewhere else?
No, he stays with me. All
right. So now it's Avra.
Avra's turn. Avra appears on the field
and needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. And gets an 11.
11 fails. Avra is now currently frightened of this ghost as she appears on the map. Okay, so yeah, Avra is now frightened, which means, as you know, that she can't willingly move towards the creature, and any attacks on it have disadvantage.
Right.
She will be able to make the saving throw again at the end of her turn.
Okay. And would you say Avra's aware of there having been possession happening?
I would say all of you have pretty much seen that. Yeah, the visage of them like snapping back was like very visceral.
Yeah. Avra being Avra, I think that she would try to think about a way to depossess her friends.
Totally.
At least using a bonus action probably to do that. Whether that be a history of her like thinking back or
yeah, I would say history check. Yeah, she's read a lot.
Yeah. Just gets a 17.
17. She knows that they are possessed, and she knows that the only way a ghost can unpossess a human body is for the possessee to drop to 0 hit points, for the ghost to end it itself as a bonus action, or a dispel good and evil spell. And I will say drop to 0 so they don't have to die, they just have to go unconscious.
Yep.
So that is what Avra knows. I won't even, you know what, I will, because she doesn't have any bonus actions anyway. That was a bonus action to do, so to think about that.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have any bonus actions.
Yeah.
All right.
But I will say, as a part of that bonus action, she, because this is a little bit role-playing, so I'll say that she does this, she yells that information out to everybody.
I was going to say, at the very least, announces that.
We got to knock him out, or we got to dispel him with Pharaoh.
Yeah.
That's
accurate.
If Pharaoh has a very specific spell.
you have to hurt to heal, buddy.
Amen.
You have to hurt to heal.
Oh, I'm tattooing
For that, then to like knowing that they're ghosts, but not knowing fully like maybe what damages a ghost.
Pharaoh, you're on, or Elburn, you're on deck. Sorry, go ahead.
She's going to attack the one closest with a firebolt. since there's one that can still be stopped
100%.
from possessing.
Roll that d20. Actually, Elburn, you're not next. Sorry, you don't have a turn. You're going on the ghost's turn.
Tough
And
break.
She got a nat 20.
Nat 20 hits. Double that D.
So it's
dice. Double the dice.
Double the dice.
Double
yeah.
the dice. The dice specifically double.
Yeah. Avra slaps that D right on the table.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
20 points of fire damage.
Ooh! This one is... I mean, it screams in pain as the firebolt hits it, and it seems like the fire kind of emanates throughout the spirit itself. As much as the spirit can be looking rough, that one's looking real rough. And that is the end of Avra's turn, I'm assuming?
That is the end of Avra's turn.
Barrow, you get to the edge of the map on your movement, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. I'm good at this. Don't fail me. Wisdom.
Watch him be frightened.
10.
Really?
Yeah, roll a 3.
Roll a d4 for me, buddy.
Okay. Sure, no problem. 2.
You are not only frightened by this spirit, and completely scared of it. Luckily, this doesn't affect you of literally everybody else as much, but you also feel your bones get a little weaker, your muscles not be able to carry as much as you have just aged 20 years.
Oh no, I'm
Can you
530
imagine
instead of
if that was
5'10.
Kelvin?
That's
Oh
why
my
I wanted
God.
you to. I was like, could you
Suddenly
imagine if,
I'm,
like,
like,
halfway through this
32.
campaign, she's just like 30 now?
Oh my
No,
It would
but
solve
wait, I want
so
this to
many
happen to all of us.
I don't even
my
notice I'm
God.
older.
Yeah, like literally, you like perfectly don't. Like,
Like,
you get a little bit of heartburn.
I've looked exactly the same age for 400 years. Okay, so I can't get any closer.
Of course, the elf is the one that fails. God damn it.
So I'm frightened.
Yep.
I do not have the spell Evil Good. I think that's a higher level spell.
Knockout
So
time.
I'm going to cast.
We have to beat the shit out of Evan?
Oh, no.
I'm starting to think you guys wanna.
All right, I'm gonna
Sorry,
cast
Ray.
Sacred Flame on the ghost that's by Rev.
Ooh.
Has to make a Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Ghosts are super dexy.
No way.
They're not. So he's got a +1 to this.
DC 15.
Rolled a natural 2.
Okay.
So
Takes 8 radiant damage.
8 points of radiant damage, which I think. Nope, no vulnerabilities. So takes the full 8. It's screaming in pain. It looks very hurt, but it is still there.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on Rev.
Rev, you have you
+2.
you look over at Pharaoh, and his scar kind of like gleams almost as if a glint of sunlight ran by it, and you feel yourself emboldened, and feel as if you're more agile, more quick, and you get a +2 to your AC. At the end of the turn order, Elder, you are possessed.
Yes,
We've discussed this.
indeed.
You find yourself in the Tower of Devis over 1,000 years ago. You're standing with your hands leaning on the table where you performed the ritual a millennia ago. And you hear footsteps. And you turn around and you see her standing there. And she says, "Why have you come back?"
I'm gonna end it.
Took you 1,000 years to grow the balls to face what you did.
Yeah.
I tried so hard. Elle, I tried so hard.
I know. I should have stopped.
You have no right to show any remorse in front of me. I have haunted these grounds for 1,000 years. You want to know why? Because I didn't die the way I was supposed to, Elburn. I died because the man I trusted, the man I wanted to love, killed me. And anyone else trying to help him through your own greed and your own selfishness. And now, a millennia later, now you come back to face what you've done. This is my existence now. I don't get to see my loved ones. I don't get to have a child and watch it grow up and learn all of the things that I learned in my life. And you know what? I'm one of thousands, Elburn. How dare you? How dare you come back here?
I'm here to end it. All of it. Let you all move on.
Why didn't you just listen to us? All that time ago, why didn't you just heed our warnings?
I couldn't. I couldn't. I wasn't able to at that time, and you and everyone here suffered because of it. I wish you just hadn't got through the things I set up.
It was hard. You're clever. You've always been clever, El. But you notice each time you say I'm here to end it, each time you feel yourself guilty, feel yourself owning up to the situation, you notice that her visage becomes just a little bit brighter. Her mouth upturns slightly. There seems to be a little bit of a glow about her. She looks at you. I've been filled with so much hatred for you. For so long. For much, much longer than I was filled with love for you. And yet, still, after all this time, I believe in you. I believe that you can... I believe you can actually do this. And I believe that you did come here for some sense of closure. He's trying to do something different than what you were doing. He's not as greedy as you were, but he is more ambitious. There are things that the citizens of Erubrion don't know about. Stuff that the Great Ones did. Horrible things. Don't let him bring them here. And in that moment, the rest of you notice as Elburn shoots his head back and gasps as the spirit exits his body and floats in the air. And you notice the woman that was looking at you when she possessed your body has changed. Her ghostly figure seems more like what you remember her to be, as she then smiles ever so slightly, with concern still emanating on her brow, as she fades out of existence.
Would I have gotten an attack of opportunity on it?
No.
Okay.
Because it was no longer a thing to be attacked. If you would have thrown your sword up there, if you would have done something, it just wouldn't have affected it. Because this is no longer a ghost, but a spirit of a woman who feels like the person who wronged her has come to terms with what he did. However, the others are not so forgiving. Ray is still possessed. Another ghost stands over Rev, hauntingly swinging at him, screaming and screeching in a hollowed, haunted howl. And that is where we are going to stop today, and we will pick up and we will pick up and finish this combat and continue in the next episode. So don't do anything to your character sheets. If you feel like you need to write anything down, write it down, because we will be picking up at the top of the turn order, finishing this off next week. I wanted us to stop on time just because the most that Emily could not miss is the best. So Emily will be back next week, as will everybody else, and as will we. Go ahead, buddy.
Before we end, we were supposed to roll to see if she was still frightened at the end of her.
Yes, yeah.
So let me see that before I mark that on her sheet.
For sure, please do.
Oh yeah, can I roll too?
Yes,
23.
you can. She is no longer frightened. Come on, Pharaoh, round it out.
26.
26. Yeah, nobody's frightened.
Man.
You're now immune. You're now immune to being frightened.
Sold.
You're now immune to being frightened for 24 hours from these creatures. But yes, you do still age the 20 full years. And that's it. That's the end. Bye.
Nice.
No, just kidding. We will be back next week with a full cast. Everybody's going to be here, and we will see how the end of this battle takes place, and especially what happens afterwards, and what is Pildor trying to summon. I'll give you a hint. Pharaoh knows what it is. All right. As always, everybody say bye!
Bye.